Oh, starting it off fresh. Take a drink. I shouldn't have been on. Hey everybody, we're here. We're here. Brandon's on assignment today, and I'm in the middle today because hello, Brandon's at Pluto. I'm in the middle because we have a winter cat that has decided to just nap here. So
I'm shoved in the corner because
Mike has no room once again.
Once again, no room. I'm just gonna get a chair. I'm getting a chair, and that's gonna be my.
We just need to get just a slightly bigger, love seat.
We have spent enough money.
Well, that's true. That's true. We got our new fridge. Our new fridge has came.
We should do a larger couch GoFundMe.
A larger couch GoFundMe. Hijack. Winter's comfort is the most important. So all the animals' comfort is the most important.
That is not what Katie said. She said very important. Not most important. She said very.
It's still very important.
Yeah,
but it's gotta be comfy.
But at some point, my comfort needs to be.
Well, not to compare to winters. We also have another special guest that's on the floor over here. An Australian Shepherd named Mira that we're pet sitting for my parents who are coming back to pick her up today. So we will be taking a break. When they arrive, if we're not naturally on a break.
But also, should just everything just be destroyed?
Erupt in chaos? If the whole set breaks down, it's probably because of Mira. But she's calm right now, and her eyes are closed while she lays on the floor, so let's hope it stays that way.
And she's wicked fast.
She's very fast. So yeah, just heads up that in the middle of the show, or at some point, we'll have to break so that... my parents can collect.
So we should start.
Dog. We should start. All right. Well, God, Brandon's not here to give me a countdown.
In 5, 4.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Cosmos with Cosmos. I'm Liz.
I'm Mike.
And Brandon's on assignment at the birthplace of Pluto. Well, it's not where Pluto was born, but where Pluto was discovered at the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona. So Brandon's getting his science on up there. So he's having a good time. Jack's curled up, chilling out after a week and a spooky night at the Planetarium shows. I love it. I got my bat shirt on, and I got my Tower of London socks on with my Hey Boo leggings. So I'm themed.
It would have been really funny.
Halloween.
If you destroyed
if I took out the set,
just doing that.
I mean, it would be apropos. I'm sorry, Nance. Oh, I'm adjusting. There we go. Winter's making his appearance. Oh, he's coming back.
He's coming right back.
You cuddling down? All right. Oh, Katie, yeah. Well, it's good you got that COVID vaccine. We got the COVID vaccine. So we're set. We're boosted. We're boosted for flu, and we're boosted for COVID. So we're doing our thing.
And we did all right.
We're
Relatively
just a little sore,
speaking.
but Anyway, this episode of Cosmos.
Wait a minute. What are you drinking?
Well, we're not there yet. Are we there yet? No, I haven't even said what the episode is. It's a high in the sky for October.
I thought we had already started.
No. Well, we started, but I didn't. We gave our names, but then we got distracted by other shit.
That felt like 10 minutes ago. So
this episode is a high in the sky for October. A little late because we're playing a little catch up after returning for season 7. So we will be having high in the sky for October today, and then our next episode will be high in the sky for November, so we can get the high in the skies back on schedule.
Time change for the next one, just so everybody knows.
They're having a time change?
Yep, in 2 weeks.
Oh.
We fall back.
Oh, daylight savings time changes. I thought you just meant we were doing the show at a different time. I was like, since when?
Nope, it is,
I guess it is, but okay, so daylight savings for those who participate apparently will be, really in October?
No, in 2 weeks is November.
2 weeks is November?
Yeah.
Check out our episode on time.
Take a drink.
Anyway, speaking of drinks then, what are you drinking?
What did I call mine? Algol. It's just, which isn't even talked about, but it's the demon star.
It is the demon. It's a perfect Halloween star.
I figure it's a good Halloween. But anyway, we also call it a Sinberry, and it's just cinnamon whiskey with cranberry juice. Cheers.
It's a classic. It's a classic of ours. I'm drinking the blood of a dying star. We're going to talk about a dying star, but I also just wanted a drink that looked like it was blood, and this is basically a Clover Club, which is gin,
raspberry juice, and lemon juice. And technically, you're supposed to do an egg white to get the froth, but we have little drops that can simulate it without the egg.
Yes.
And so that's what we do.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Jack has got an orange blossom tea with chocolate chip cookies. Oh God!
I'm telling you, one day we are going to do Cosmos on the road. We're just going to show up at Jack's.
Cosmos drinking with Jack.
And we're drinking with Jack.
And it's not going to be alcoholic at all. It's just going to be delicious.
We're just going to talk
amazing.
recipes. That's all we're going to do.
Meanwhile, Katie's had some ginger lemon tea with honey, which sounds actually quite nice.
Which was Jack's runner-up.
Yeah.
Actually.
So if you like our shenanigans, follow us on all the things. Cosmos, pretty much everywhere except for Twitter at Drinking Cosmos. And check us out and rate us and do all the likes and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Whatever
Wherever
Susanna does.
Like and subscribe. She was perfect.
I want to see comments.
She was a great social media advocate. But yeah, follow us on all things. You can check out on us on YouTube, Spotify, and you can get the hangovers on YouTube only. And we also have the shot with Cosmos. So shots of astronomy down in your gullet every other Wednesday is when those come out. So you'll get one this coming Wednesday.
Oh, Brandon's having a hot latte.
Ooh, hot latte for Brandon. Nice. That sounds good. I could use some coffee.
Everybody's got drinks.
Everybody's got good drinks. I like it. And if you like us, then maybe you'll like some people that we like. So follow some people we like on their things, such as Katie, Wildixia, on Etsy, Wildixia. Our good buddy Ron Proctor, the Ron Proctor Show at the MrProctorShow.com. He's on YouTube as well. He does some fun stuff, blender tutorials and chickens. He's got chickens all the way down. And then, of course, our good buddy Jack at the Planetarium.com in Council Bluffs, Iowa. That's his website. But if you're in Council Bluffs, Iowa, check out his planetarium. And, Halloween time, he does some fun spooky shows. Which everybody should do spooky shows during Halloween time. I don't know. I'm just saying that if you have a planetarium and you're not doing spooky shit in your dome.
It's the perfect place, especially if your dome is haunted.
All domes are haunted. That's my opinion. All domes are haunted. I don't believe in ghosts, but all domes are haunted. That's my claim. I'm supposed to provide the proof since I'm making the claim.
You're making the claim. That is true. That is true.
But I'm just saying, based on experience. Now, we do have some rules for the episodes. If you hear any dogs barking, hopefully they're going to go because it will be a cacophony of dog barking and mayhem and madness. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But if you hear dogs barking, if we make any Star Wars or Lord of the Ring references, then take a drink of whatever you're drinking. It's fun. Why not? We will. So you can too. Anyway.
All right.
Are you ready to get high in the sky? Ooh, for October.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's my spooky voice. So every month we like to do a constellation highlight, and this month I decided to go down south. Down south to the southern hemisphere of the sky.
That would be
which is we largely don't talk about the southern hemisphere of the sky because we live in the northern hemisphere, so we see the shit that's up here. But a lot of people live in the southern hemisphere and have a whole entirely different set of constellations that they see, which are pretty cool. So I thought I would highlight one of those, and that constellation is, and apologies if I am not pronouncing this correctly, but Grus.
That's how I would pronounce it.
Grus. I don't know why I'm making it sound kind of German. Grus. Jack says spooky shows, the s'mores buffets s'mores buffets?
Yep, it had me at the s'mores buffet.
You had me at s'mores and then follow it with buffet? Oh, man. Okay. So, Grus, it is the crane. It is a crane constellation, so a bird. And the thing with a lot of the southern hemisphere constellations is they don't have, the mythology that goes with them, like with the Greeks and the Egyptians and the, Babylonians and the Chinese, because all those civilizations are in the northern hemisphere. And so in the southern hemisphere, when it was being explored by, white explorer men, they ignored, a lot of the native cultural views of the skies and kind of just decided to map it out themselves and name things whatever they wanted. So Grus first appeared on a celestial globe that was published in 1598 in Amsterdam by Petrus Plancius, which I'm sorry, if that is not a Harry Potter name. Petrus Plancius, or a spell.
Or a spell. I think it's a
Petrus Plancius. It's something that is like, it's like a petrified plant. It turns you into a frozen plant. That's what the spell does.
All right.
You get turned into a frozen plant. That's what it is. Or a scary plant. Petrus.
Okay.
Petrus petrified. It could go either way.
I think Katie needs to weigh in on this.
You know what it is? It's all about the pronunciation of the spell.
Right, but you also have to
the flick in a certain way.
And the swish. But yes, it is all about the pronunciation. Hermione let Ron know about that. In the first year.
Yeah. Well, you gotta fucking keep everybody on check. So this one was named Petrus Plancius, but then French explorer and astronomer Nicolas Louis de Lasalle gave the Bayer designation to its stars in 1756.
Not a Harry Potter spell.
Not a Harry Potter spell. Boo. And the constellations Grus, Pavo, Phoenix, and Tucana are collectively known as the Southern Birds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know what kind of bird Pavo is. Phoenix is obviously a phoenix, and Tucana is obviously a toucan.
Okay, what was Grus and
Grus, Pavo.
Pavo.
Yeah, you look at Pavo while we, All right, Katie says she can see it as a petrified plant spell. All right, cool.
Oh, and, because everybody wants to know...
it's a peacock. Jack says it's a peacock.
Plane update. Your parents have landed.
Oh, yay. So they'll be here in roughly an hour and a half, we'll say, or so, an hour and 15. Well, it depends on how long it takes them to get their bags.
Okay, anyway.
All right, anyway, focus. All right, so we have the crane, the peacock, the phoenix, and the toucan hanging out in the southern hemisphere sky during this time of the year, which is spring for the southern hemisphere. It's not, fall.
Because physics.
And, yeah. How globes work.
I guess it's just really...
It's just the tilt. It's the tilt.
More orientation.
It's the tilt and,
But still work. Physics. Everything's physics.
The reason is always physics for everything. Now, in the constellation of Grus, the brightest star is called Alnair. It's a blue-white star.
Okay.
And...
I love how you basically start a sentence.
Yes. We have to take a drink.
And then we're going to drink.
We have to drink.
Right, wait.
In the deep sky areas of this constellation, because there's a lot there, obviously, we can't see. In fact, the stars of any constellation are not necessarily all in the same spot, at the same distance away from us. They all vary. We just see the patterns based on our perspective. So there are 6 star systems that have been found to have planets.
Okay.
Exoplanets in Grus. One of them is the red dwarf Gliese 832, which is one of the coldest stars to coldest stars to Earth.
Okay,
to
is it coldest or closest?
Closest stars to Earth to have a planetary system. There's also...
But it is red, so it is cool.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay, there's also WASP 95, filled with wasps. No. It has a planet that orbits every 2 days. So it's like...
Oh, it's close.
It's close. It's close. It's
Jupiter, maybe.
Jupiter, probably, yeah. There's also a planetary nebula called IC 5148, known as the... I thought this was funny. The Spare Tire Nebula.
That's me! That's my nebula.
So a planetary nebula, this is a sun-like star that has exhausted its fuel source and has died, and its core shrunken down to a white dwarf. But
beautiful. These things are beautiful.
They are beautiful. And it is 3,000 light years away. So
relatively close.
Not too bad. What else we got? Oh, there's also 4 interacting, meaning they're gravitationally bound galaxies known as the Grus Quartet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so these are galaxies that are just hanging out with each other, doing a dance around each other gravitationally. I'm sure they'll eventually maybe merge into a single galaxy at some point in time.
Probably. Maybe it already happened. How far away are they?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wrote down no extra information about that.
I'm sure it hasn't happened, but...
I'm sure, yeah, probably not, but hey.
They're working on it.
Oh, you can dream. You can dream and imagine. Now, again, there's no real mythology since this constellation kind of was developed later on. The history of it, other than what I've already mentioned, that an alternative name for this constellation was briefly used during the early 17th century, and it's Phoenisopterus. Phoenisopterus, which is Latin for flamingo.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're doing birds today. That's our theme.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still.
I should have read the notes and had come up with a bird.
A bird name drink?
Anyway, the CwC Quartet, 60 million light years away.
Okay.
And the musical Gropius Quartet, German classical music group known for its intensity and technical skills.
Okay, so there's a CwC Quartet of Galaxies and a Gropius Quartet, which sounds... Yeah. Not ideal to be involved in a Gropius Quartet.
The Gropius is a musical from a German band.
Okay, all right. Welcome, Ron. Frogs unite. So in Chinese astronomy, Gamma and Lambda and Gruis. All right, so these are stars that are not the brightest stars, but they're whatever. There's Alpha, Beta. And then get to wherever Lambda and Gamma fall in that order of whatever Greek things. But it may have been included in Chinese astronomy in the tub-shaped asterism Baiju, which I'm not pronouncing remotely correctly, along with stars from Pisces Austrinus, which means the southern fish. So not our Pisces that we're used to in the northern hemisphere, but there is a southern fish, southern Pisces. Otherwise, the majority of the constellation is too far south for Chinese astronomers to have seen. But right. I guess they could see a couple stars when it was high enough, and they incorporated that into, I guess, a bathtub-shaped constellation. I'm sure it wasn't a bathtub. It could have been.
A shit ton of asterisms.
So many. Chinese astronomers were just going nuts. They were just like, oh, this, that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I like a lot. Anyway.
I still have PTSD. Thanks for bringing it up.
So that's CwC, the crane in the southern hemisphere. So if you're lucky enough if you live in the northern hemisphere and you're lucky enough to travel to the southern hemisphere, then around October is a good time for you to be able to check it out. And if you live in the southern hemisphere, congratulations! It's part of your night sky, so check it out during the month of October. No travel required for you. Now, there's more in the sky than just the constellations, of course. What do we have going on?
There was an inflatable eagle at the Phoenix protest wearing a flag reading, "The frog sent me."
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
finally the eagles show up to do something.
As a side note, everybody go out there, pick your favorite inflatable animal, unicorn, whatever, and wear it on Halloween. Let's get everybody.
Let's inflate it up.
Wearing frogs and unicorns and dinosaurs. And if you happen to have ice agents in your city, just go stand in front of them and do a little dance.
You know, wear inflatables to match the inflated ego of everybody running our country. Anyway, this is not The Hangover, so we're not soapboxing right now. We're getting back to the night sky. There are some planets.
Okay.
There's some planets up in the night sky in October. One of them is the red planet of war, Mars. It'll be low in the west in the early evening, so it's a little bit harder to spot. We're not going to see it from us because we have mountains surrounding us. And trees and stuff. But Mars is there. Venus, it will be in the eastern pre-dawn sky all month long. So before the sun rises in the east.
So we have a shot?
We might have a shot. Venus.
We have a very short window in our
we have a
small
slim
window in
the east. Jupiter, it's up after midnight at the beginning of the month. So by the end, it's up before midnight. So we're currently in the middle of October. So Jupiter is a good one to spot. Oh my God, Jack. Yes, Jack in chat says my cow costume has udders that are in an inappropriate location, and I love it. Also, Saturn. Saturn and Jupiter are going to be the best planets to see this month. They are going to be up all night long. Again, Jupiter up now. It should be up a little bit before midnight now that we're in the middle of the month. Again, at the end of the month, it'll be it'll be up. It'll definitely be up before midnight. But Saturn is high in the eastern sky after dark. So once it gets dark, Saturn's going to be visible, and it will be visible all night long. There are 2 transits of Titan, Saturn's largest moon, that are occurring this month. One is on October 5th. Already happened. Boo.
Okay.
And one is... What day is today? It's
the 19th.
Okay. One is on October 21st. So
okay. Is this
after
going to be out?
No.
Okay. For everybody in chat, October 21st, get your telescopes.
If you're listening to this on later, then it's already happened. But the October 21st one, this is actually best seen from the central time zone and eastward. So Jack has a good shot.
I was going to say, can we do it? I was going to look up the time.
No. So Jack has the best shot of seeing the transit of Titan if he's got telescope. Yeah, jubes. And so you can see just a moon crossing over Titan. Jupiter has transits of its largest moons all the time, basically, and it's really cool to see this little black dot that's just kind of growing across a planet.
So as a side note, when Susanna was here, we went to the local planetarium in Eugene, and we went and saw a show, and it was a live show.
The best kind of show to see in the planetarium.
Yes, indeed. All shows should be live. Have some sort of a live component to them, but that is a very strong opinion I have, and I have a soapbox right now. But anyway, he's giving a show, and so she wants to go to Jupiter because that is where Callisto is, and
check out our episode on Callisto and the moons of Jupiter.
Yeah, and so she saw eclipses on Jupiter, and she was very surprised by that. A lot of people don't realize that. Not only do we have eclipses, but other planets have them as well.
Yeah, and early astronomers like Galileo seeing that are like, oh shit, I guess the Earth is not at the center of the solar system.
Nope.
Because that shouldn't really happen then.
Yep.
If it was.
Yep, and the shape of the Earth's eclipse on the moon.
Speaking of eclipses,
it's flat.
This month. There is no eclipse. But there is a full moon on October 7th, which has already happened. It's the Hunter's moon. That's already happened because I guess this is a good time to hunt. Sure. I don't know. Usually the moons are named in relation to something that, is relevant to Native Americans at the time, usually, for their lifestyles and way of life and everything. But we do have Meteor Shower Watch 2025. Boop, 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 boop. There are 2 meteor showers this month. One has already happened, October 6th through 10th, the Draconid meteor shower. So it's done with.
We should just skip what has already happened.
I know. I thought about that, but I was like, you know what? We'll just say what has happened.
All right, what's coming up?
But coming up on October 21st, big day, October 21st.
For you guys in the chat.
But this is all in the news. There's been news articles about this and everything. But the Orionids meteor shower peaks on the 21st. Technically, its full duration is from September 26th to November 22nd. The peak being October 21st, this just means this is when it's like the height of meteors per hour.
Wait a minute, when is it date?
September 26th through November 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Is the
so
full length.
Time.
Yeah, but this is the peak.
It's a very spread out.
Because it comes from the debris of Comet Halley.
Oh, shit.
Halley?
There's 2 from Halley, I think.
Halley?
I think
either one.
Yeah.
Halley. So basically the Earth is passing through the debris field of this comet, and that stuff is getting burnt up in our atmosphere, and that's what we see as meteors. And I guess we're just going through a real dusty part right now on the 21st. So we get the most per hour, 20 meteors per hour. So it's not like it's the grandest meteor shower there is, but it's a pretty good amount. And bonus, the 21st will be a new moon, which means great visibility for the meteors, because a full moon, that reflected sunlight on the moon, which should also kill vampires, blocks out a lot of the meteors. It makes the visibility worse. But when you have a new moon, all that sunlight is hitting the far side of the moon, making it not dark, the far side of the moon, and so we don't have that moonlight to contend with when trying to watch meteors.
Go out after midnight. It's the best time to...
After midnight, look up, grab a blanket, and just lay down and just look up.
Main thing is to lie back in some sort of fashion, because if you just go out and look up, your neck's going to get stiff in the morning.
Ron says he spied Saturn with a 0.6 meter telescope from Kitt Peak Natural Observatory on Friday, and twas mighty nice. Hell yes. I mean, observatories have, the best telescopes by far.
Show off.
I know. Look at you, Ron.
Yeah, why don't we brag about it,
Kitt Peak all the time, doing what you do.
With your telescopes.
I've been to Kitt Peak twice now. I did an astrophotography seminar, which I learned things that I can't do because astrophotography is an expensive fucking hobby.
Yeah.
But then also we went up there for Doug. Mm-hmm. And it was really cool to do a night tour of the telescopes, a day tour and night tour of the telescopes up there. It's a really cool place. So if you are down in Tucson, Arizona, check out Kitt Peak Observatory. They do have public visiting hours, and it is really a worthwhile experience to check out.
Fun fact, we were pulled over by Border Patrol.
We were, and the New Zealanders, the Germans didn't have their passports. Good thing they were white. Anyway, it's now time for astronomy news. Beep, 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 beep. The latest in astronomy news.
We should post-production the little
I should,
the
but
tower
I just...
that with the they would have the tower with these lightning bolts coming out of it.
And that Earth that's spinning and it's black and white. I'm just I don't have the energy for it. But anyway, astronomy news. Recent astronomy news. Now I found quite a few articles that I thought were fun and interesting.
Quite a few.
So let's get to it and see what happens. The first bit. This is from space.com and also other places as well. But Uranus and Neptune may not be ice giants after all. New research is suggesting otherwise. Now, Uranus and Neptune, we haven't been back to those planets with a telescope, with a spacecraft, since Voyager 2, which was in the 1970s. 70s, 80s, a crossover into the 80s. So a long fucking time ago. So we really, unfortunately, do not know a whole lot about the shit that's in our solar system. We don't know a lot about really anything in our solar system. We know some stuff, but especially Uranus and Neptune, they're quite difficult to study. Big telescopes that we have, you would think a big telescope like James Webb or whatever else we have could do some really good observations of them. The problem is that Jupiter and Neptune are quite small and don't reflect a whole lot of light. So it's actually, and James Webb or Hubble they're designed to look at things that are very bright and far away. You would need to basically slap a macro zoom lens on them to really get good study of Uranus and Neptune. That's kind of the way I think of it in my mind a little bit. So we don't know a whole lot about them. And they've been known as ice giants for a long time because that models of the planet's interiors suggest that they're largely made up of mixtures of water, ammonia, and other ice. And these ices, they absorb red light, they reflect blue light, they look blue to us. We also associate blue with ice and cold and all that kind of stuff. They are also very cold, being further away from the sun and not getting a lot of sunlight. So we're like, oh, ice giants, cool. Done. Check. We know all about them. We don't need to know more. Wrong! We need to know everything about them. And new research proposes that Uranus and Neptune may be called rocky giants instead.
Okay, I like that.
This is very interesting.
Well, not really, but okay, continue.
So astronomers have... It's not interesting?
No, it's very interesting. I like the idea of rocky giants, but then it implies that it's made of rock and it's giant.
Okay. Well, here's what happened. Okay, so there's been assumptions made about the interiors of the gas giants. Mm-hmm. So instead of trying to build a physical model of planetary interiors from basically flawed or biased assumptions of what these interiors should be or could be, the authors of the study, they generated a series of random models for the interior contents of Uranus and Neptune.
Okay. And
what they found was that the rock to water ratio for Uranus varies widely, anywhere from a low 0.04, meaning the planet is almost entirely water, to as much as 3.92, which is the complete opposite.
Okay, so very dry.
Very dry. And Neptune can have anywhere from as much as 5 times as much water as rock to twice as much rock as water.
Okay.
So basically, these are preliminary research using just different, computer simulations. If the idea holds up, then it could challenge the existing models of solar system formation, and we would have to figure out a way to get enough rocky material into the outer solar system to let it accumulate onto these planets. Because the kind of current thought is that most of the rocky stuff is closer in, and that left primarily gases further out for the gas giants to form from.
Right.
Although what's interesting with exoplanets is we see a lot of gas giants that are further in to their stars than rocky
shit
planets.
Migrates.
Shit migrates inwards.
Shit migrates.
Which when people were first discovering exoplanets and they found like these hot Jupiters and shit that were closer to the sun than Mercury or Mars or whatever, everyone was like, wait, what? Wait. And then they kept finding those, and they're like, oh, we might be the weirdo solar system out here, having our gas giants so further out from the sun. So a lot to learn about these planets. Again, this doesn't say that they are more rocky than they are ices or water or liquids. It is just a kind of a way to do out-of-the-box research. Like, hey, let's take some other situations, throw in to simulations, and see what happens. And they got a wide variety of results that implied wide variety of results, which just means we gotta send spacecrafts there. We got to study these worlds.
We were really lucky just to be able to send Voyager.
Yeah, because the planets were lined up,
they
and
were
gravity
lined up.
sits, and all that was good. But hey, take my tax dollars, and I want all my tax dollars to go into a free public education, free healthcare for everybody, every human being. Every human being.
In the country, yep.
Every human being, and all this.
Oh,
all
and also
of NASA.
cats and dogs and animals. Just
well, yes, all the living things, and space exploration. That's what I want. Anyway, That's where I want my money to go.
You're not asking for much.
Some infrastructure, because roads and bridges are
That's
important.
True.
I
can start with a park in Oak Ridge.
Yeah. All right, next article, and there's a few in here that are for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Fancy physics man. But this article title is from also space.com. This might be the smallest clump of pure dark matter ever found.
Now, I just saw headlines, so I'm looking forward to this one and another one that I know is coming up.
Oh, it was a black hole one?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So
this dark object, and I did make some pictures.
You made the pictures?
I did not make some pictures. I added some pictures. So this picture, if you're watching the video of us here, this is kind of where this dark matter clump is in this image.
All right, what are we seeing?
Well, okay, so this dark object, it has a mass 1 million times greater than our sun and is located 10 billion light years away and has no stars. And a dark object, in quotes, was detected as an anomalous notch in the arc of a gravitationally warped section of space. So gravitation is warping here, and the inset image, that like kind of white little thing in there, that's the clump that they found in this arc of gravitational lensing, if you will. Why does this keep popping up? This is just ridiculous. Anyway.
I mean, you can drink if you want.
You can drink if you want. Okay, so this discovery came as a byproduct while scientists were observing an Einstein ring. So they're watching this gravity from a massive object that is bending the light behind it into a gravitational.
Right. The light from a bright object is bent. From a distant object, very bright, its light is bent by a foreground dark object.
And in this case, it's a massive elliptical galaxy that is bending a light. Elliptical galaxy, it's like a football of stars, basically. Mm-hmm. A big football of stars. And they used interferometry which is a collection of telescopes to simulate a larger telescope to see the small details in this gravitational arch. Ring, I should say. This Einstein ring. John McKean of the University of Groningen, the University of Pretoria, and the South African Radio Astronomy Observatory, and Devin Powell of the Max Planck Institute for Astrophysics in Germany are the ones that led this study, and they were actually looking for a black hole.
Hey,
they're like, hey, we're looking for black holes out here, guys.
How many times have we been looking for one thing and found another? Brandon, is that a great place where that happens? Looking for life on Mars.
Looking for life on Mars. Finds Pluto. Goes on the side. So they were looking for a black hole. Also, I guess it was a compact symmetrical object, a CSO. Okay. Which they thought was a black hole. They were assuming this was a black hole. So on close inspection of the gravitational image, it turned up that a notch in the arc of radio emission belonging to this compact symmetrical object.
Can we just call it like spherical?
I don't know. They found this notch, and the notch can only be produced by another object that is between the background and foreground galaxies with a mass 1,000,000 times greater than our sun. Okay. So there are two explanations for this. Two explanations. One is that it's an inactive dwarf galaxy.
Okay.
So it's just like hanging out in space. The other, given that the object seems completely dark, is that it is a relatively small clump of dark matter, the smallest ever seen on its own by a factor of 100, that's located 10 billion light years away from us.
All right. I mean, that's a big claim to say that that it's a little piece of dark matter.
I know. So they're saying that cold dark matter is the leading model of dark matter. So they're saying dark matter is cold, and this is because it's made of low energy particles that can clump together through their mutual gravity. Mm-hmm. Whereas if it was hot, it wouldn't be able to clump.
Right, because it's moving quick.
Because it's moving quick around.
Yeah,
so it's cold.
Temperature.
It's coming in.
Temperature is a measure of the average speed things are moving.
So, according to Chris Fosnock of the University of California, Davis, just because it's in California, finding low-mass objects such as this one is critical for learning about the nature of dark matter. So it's exciting new research. Mm-hmm. They found something. They're like, whoa, this is fucking weird. This is kind of crazy.
I hope it is dark matter.
It's either one of these two things. So, yeah, I'm rooting for dark matter.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that, like, it's a big claim to say it's a little piece of dark matter. My worry is that we end up saying, hey, shit that we don't understand. Hey, it's dark matter and dark energy, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, if it is a little galaxy, irregular galaxies, they said, I mean, that should pop up on the interferometry.
You would think so.
One would think. So, all right, cool.
So our next article is that the James Webb Space Telescope, it found a doomed star just before it explodes.
Again, only saw the headline. Very interested in that one, too.
So this is from Sky at Night magazine, this article.
Who?
Sky at Night magazine.
Sky at Night.
So Charlie Kilpatrick of Northwestern University in Illinois, it basically saw a star before and after it exploded.
That is like
which
super
is rare.
Cool.
Which
that
is
super cool.
Super cool, super rare, supernova. So they basically combined Hubble and James Webb data sets to like characterize the star for the first time. It's known as SN 2025 PHT. Hot. And the supernova is in a galaxy called NGC 1637, which is 40 million light years from Earth.
Okay.
So good ditty away.
But close.
So the progenitor star, the star that went boom, basically, it was looking very bright and red. It's 100,000 times brighter than our sun, but it was hidden behind thick dust, so it appeared 100 times dimmer than than it actually is.
Okay.
In optical light, I should say. 100 times dimmer than it is in optical light, which is what Hubble sees. Hubble sees in the optical. And so Hubble basically wasn't able to see it in its full glory, in its full nature, because of that dust that it couldn't see through.
But who can?
Who can? Exactly. So here is the image.
I was immediately just drawn to the beauty of the galaxy.
The galaxy is gorgeous. But you can see that there's this red star below the before explosion. That's the James Webb image, the before one, and then the Hubble one as well, where you can't see that red object because of the gas and dust that's obstructing it. And then you can see after the explosion, the Webb image. And the Hubble, it now appears in Hubble because that explosion can make it through the gas and dust.
So Hubble's where you really show that something's happened. Because James Webb looks very.
It's like, oh, okay. There is a brightness.
Similar.
There is a brightening in Webb, and that color also has shifted. But Hubble, you can go where you don't see it, and now you see the aftermath of it.
And that shock wave pretty much blew out the dust.
So that Hubble could see it. So prior,
among other reasons,
among other reasons. So prior to James Webb, we didn't really have the quality of infrared data that we needed that James Webb can now provide. And so the astronomers are thinking that most massive aging stars might be, in fact, the dustiest, and just that the dust is dimming their light and making them undetectable.
But you know what? We kind of saw that with Betelgeuse, right?
Betelgeuse?
What? Oh, what are you saying?
Betelgeuse?
Yeah, Betelgeuse.
Uh-oh. Fuck. It's better than Candyman. I'd rather have Betelgeuse here than Candyman.
Oh, well, of course. But anyway, that is a discussion for the Hangover. But Betelgeuse dimmed. And they thought it was because of dust and stuff, right?
Sure.
I might be wrong, but I thought that's what one of the things that they were saying was that it was dust that might have been obscuring it.
Yeah.
So I mean that tracks with. I mean, if that's what it was for Betelgeuse, I mean that kind of tracks with this one.
Mm-hmm. So James Webb, further unveiling the universe.
Oh, James Webb's just gonna
and
James Webb is gonna rewrite the universe.
James Webb and Rubin will be coming up here in another article. But okay, another revolutionary telescope, which is not a single telescope per se, but a collection of them that makes a telescope the size of the Earth. The Event Horizon Telescope.
Hey.
Images reveal new dark matter detection method.
Oh, nice.
So a new way to detect dark matter.
Okay, how do they do it?
So this is an article from phys.org. So the shadowy regions in a black hole, in black hole images captured by the Event Horizon Telescope, or EHT, can act as ultra-sensitive detectors for the invisible material that makes up most of the universe's matter, which is dark matter. The co-authors of this study are Jing Xu from Peking University and Yifan Chen from the Niels Bohr Institute. So the shadow region, these observations were made of M87 star and Sagittarius A star. Or there were observations made of these. These are the black holes at the centers of these of M87, and Sagittarius A star is our supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way. It's our heart. It's ours. Our black hole. So they used the Event Horizon Telescope, which is basically a global network of radio observatories that get an Earth-sized resolution. Okay, so you want, for telescopes, the bigger, the better in telescopes, 100%. You want to get as much light as you can. So what they did is they took the data from Event Horizon, and they ran complex computer simulations, and there's something called the magnetically arrested disk model, or MAD model. And it's consistently delivered the best sort of agreement with Event Horizon observations. So this model, it's a computer simulated model, that lines up with the observations that they're actually seeing from the EHT. And it depicts strong magnetic fields penetrating the accretion disk, where they both regulate the flow of infalling matter and power the jets that erupt from a black hole. Perpendicular to the disk. So, because dark matter is expected to concentrate densely near the black hole's center, even faint annihilation signals could stand out against the low, this is all quoted from the article, not my words, from this low astrophysical background, making the shadow an ideal testing ground. So they're looking for basically dark matter annihilations or something with positrons and electrons and whatever's being annihilated.
Okay.
I was reading this and I was like, my brain's melting, and I'm just gonna put this in here.
Okay, so all right, it doesn't seem that there's like anti-dark matter that I have run across in any kind of way. So annihilations, positrons, and electrons.
So
I get it. Yeah.
What they're saying is that the gravitational pull of a supermassive black holes cause dark matter to concentrate dramatically in their vicinity, known as a dark matter spike. And so, according to one of the researchers, if dark matter particles were annihilating near the black hole, they would produce extra electrons and positrons whose radiation looks slightly different from normal emission.
So they are talking about dark matter annihilating.
Yes. Here is an image that I was like, I don't know what all the letters and numbers mean, but this is, I guess, something. The image that they have. So electrons and positrons from dark matter annihilation would be distributed more uniformly throughout both disk and jet regions, because dark matter annihilation continuously supplies particles even where astrophysical processes produce few electrons. Oh, that was me. Sorry.
That was you?
That was I hit the microphone thing with my foot. So basically, they can look at black holes and see, and then detect where dark matter is what they're saying.
Okay,
based on the uniformity of stuff.
Based on dark matter and I guess anti-dark matter, these annihilations.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, the B and the B. Bar. Is B dark matter?
I don't know. You know the math. You know math. So anyway.
Well, that's not math. That's just telling you what things are in it. And so
basically, in a nutshell, and this is all I understand, is that not only can the Event Horizon Telescope now produce us images of black hole, or at least the accretion disk of black holes, which is then for the black hole, but they can be used to measure dark matter concentrations.
Which is great. I mean, this is...
And then we can learn how dark matter, influences or doesn't influence
the
things.
more information we have on dark matter, the better.
Because we know nothing really about it.
Yeah, it helps us understand what it is and what it's not.
Yes, exactly. So, hey.
All right, cool. So hope we can roll out some ideas.
Breakthroughs. All right, next one is the discovery of binary stars. Is the first step in creating a movie of the universe.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm intrigued.
This is from phys.org.
Who?
Phys.org.
Okay, phys.org. Good one. I
think the rest are from phys.org. Anyway, so a discovery of binary stars could be the first step in building a more complete picture of how our galaxy formed. And this research was done by astronomers at the Australian National University. The lead author and researcher is Dr. Giacomo Cordoni.
Okay.
And this discovery is actually part of this 10-year-long survey of the sky that is being completed by the Vera C. Rubin telescope in Chile. It's the Legacy Survey of Space and Time, which sounds so dreamy.
Meanwhile, I'm really loving Eric's. I'm having a great deal of trouble hitting anything with my neutrino gun. That is great on so many levels. That's a good one. I like that one.
So one thing that they're looking at in this survey is globular clusters. Okay, globular clusters, clusters of stars, old stars hanging out in the halo of our galaxy. And And so they're basically among the oldest and crowded star systems in the universe. And they can hold hundreds to thousands of stars packed in like a relatively small space, okay? And so this is these are good objects to study how stars evolve and interact with each other, because you've got a lot of them hanging out in one space. So within these clusters, binary stars, which are stars that are, gravitationally bound with each other,
going around each other, doing a dance.
And most stars in the galaxy, at least that we've seen, are binary star systems.
Or more.
So these binary stars, they exchange energy with their neighbors. They influence whether a cluster survives for billions of years and can give rise to exotic objects such as luminous blue stars known as blue stragglers.
Blue stragglers.
So they detected, the ANU, the Australian National University astronomers, they detected binary stars across the outer regions of a globular cluster known as 47 Tucani in the constellation of Toucan in the southern hemisphere, hanging out with Grus, that we highlighted earlier. And this was the first time that binary stars have been seen in the outer regions of this globular cluster. And they found that the frequency of binaries in the outskirts of the cluster is about 3 times higher than in the dense central regions. And those dense central regions have been previously studied by Hubble Space Telescope, and Hubble wasn't able to see these. So the results suggest that binaries are gradually destroyed or disrupted in the crowded center, because you've got a lot of gravity going on with all those stars that are in the center, so they're fucking up those binary orbits with each other. But further out, there's less gravity, less stars that are bugging them, and so they're staying together. They got long, happy marriages in the outer skirts of the globular cluster. And so that means that the outskirts of the globular cluster are preserving that are something closer to the cluster's original population of binary stars. And so what's exciting about it is that this globular cluster, it has been studied for over 100 years.
Oh, shit, really?
Over 100 years, people have been studying the shit out of this.
Yeah.
And for the first time with Vera C. Rubin, they're seeing shit they haven't seen before. That is helping them understand, like, what's happening there and how, these clusters are assembled and the nature of stellar evolution within them.
Right.
So this is just, this is preliminary research that we're going to learn even more from, because we've just begun this 10-year survey with Vera Rubin. The past couple months is when it just started, so they're already seeing groundbreaking stuff. I
can't wait for all this stuff.
So,
in 10 years we'll rewrite books.
So basically, binary stars are cool, are just chilling nicely together in the outskirts of globular clusters, and closer in the center of globular clusters, things are a lot more chaotic.
Long happy
marriages in the outside. Long happy marriages. We just got to stay away from a lot of people, apparently. So cool. Yay. Stay together, binaries. I don't know. All right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
Well, it's not going to be 4. I think we pick a couple. Your parents going to be here soon.
All right. So how about this one? Image of 2 black holes circling each other captured for the first time.
Yay, black holes.
This is from phys.org,
and
it's
press a button?
I did.
Oh, okay.
And for the first time, astronomers have managed to capture a radio image showing 2 black holes orbiting each other. This is the image.
To be honest, that looks like the dark matter thing, except they changed it from white to red.
Yeah,
red and orange.
It's not.
All right.
Okay, so this actually confirmed the existence of these black hole pairs, which have been assumed. Mm-hmm. It's been theorized that there are 2 black holes that are orbiting each other in the center of a quasar called OJ 287. and they have a 12-year orbit. And so NASA's test satellite, it detected light from both black holes, but it didn't have the resolution to see them separately. It still saw them as a single dot, basically. And you need radio telescopes for this. And so, according to one of the lead researchers, for the first time, we managed to get an image of two black holes circling each other. In the image, the black holes are identified by the intense particle jets they emit. The black holes themselves, of course, are perfectly black, but they can be detected by these particle jets or by the glowing gas surrounding the black hole. They also identified a new kind of jet emanating from a black hole.
Okay.
The jet, which is coming out of the smaller black hole, is twisted like a jet of a rotating garden hose. And this is because the smaller black hole moves fast around the primary black hole, and so its jet is diverted depending on its current motion, and they call it a wagging tail. Like it has a wagging tail to it.
I like that.
Which is fun. So I thought that was pretty neat.
So each one of those little bright spots was the black hole.
Kind of. Okay, so in the graph portion of the image, the two black dots are the black holes, and then the lines are the jets.
Okay, on the right.
But on the right, it's like I couldn't understand the caption when it described it. So it's like we're seeing some jets, like the lower bright areas apparently are the black holes. I don't know. I was very confused with the description because I was like, it looks like a blob, and I don't know what I'm seeing. But also, I'm not an astrophysicist or whatever, and so. But I just thought it was cool. I was like, I'm gonna take the expert's word that here's the image of two black holes that are in orbit around each other.
I would take the expert's word.
I would take the expert's word.
I would not pretend to be the expert.
Yeah.
So. Oh, Mayor's dreaming.
Okay, and since. I'm sorry.
I don't know how far out they are.
I don't know how far out they are.
Your hair is
well,
perfect.
I messed with it and then I gotta fix my part. All right, let's try to get two more in here. All right. Okay. So here's one that from phys.org. Astronomers discover the most pristine star known in the known universe.
Okay, define pristine, but okay.
Yes. So, the first stars to form after the Big Bang were mostly made of hydrogen, helium, lithium. A little bit of lithium, Right.
Insert Nirvana reference.
Yeah, so as the heavier elements are formed later from nuclear fusion, stars going boom and dying and spreading those heavier metallic elements out into the universe to form different populations of stars, different generations of stars. So stars are considered pristine when the data shows a lack of heavy elements.
So anything beyond lithium. All right, cool.
Yes.
So we're looking at a really old star.
Yeah, so most stars today, they have some concentration of heavier elements within them. Right. So this study was led by Alexander G. from the University of Chicago. The star is SDSSJ0715-7334. It's a red giant, and it has the lowest metallicity, so the lowest metal content ever found.
And to be fair, for an astronomer, anything that is basically beyond helium is considered a metal.
Which is weird.
So don't think like tin and copper and stuff like that. This is anything beyond
helium. So Google the periodic table and look at what the elements are. So what they found is that this star is 2 times more metal poor than the previous record holder that they found.
Oh, okay.
But what also, and so they found that it has a lot less iron. But what was surprisingly is it has a surprisingly low amount of carbon. So what they're seeing is that this star formed from gas that originated from a 30 solar mass population 3 stars supernova. Population 3 stars are the first stars to form after the Big Bang.
Yeah.
So that star formed from gas from a star that formed right after the Big Bang.
Yeah. All right. So astronomers also, when it comes to populations, they do it backwards. So population 1 is basically where our sun is right now. Then 2 is like an earlier generation.
Yeah.
And 3 is the first generation.
The first generation. So it formed from a first generation star in our universe. So here is an image that the star is in. Well, it's starred in the image, and it's showing it came from the Large Magellanic Cloud originally, and it has migrated into the Milky Way. So the blue line is the LMC's orbit, and then I guess it's the past orbit of the star that they're seeing. I don't know in this image, but I was like, I want to show a picture, so I'll show a picture. Why are we always drinking whenever we come back? I don't.
Well, all right.
I don't know why I keep
anyway, I mean, this is really cool. This is one of the first stars.
It formed from one of the first stars. 30 million solar mass star. So that's a star that is 30 million times more massive than our sun. That exploded.
Well, that it formed from.
Yes, that it formed from. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That exploded, and then that gas spread out, and some of that gas formed this star that we have now discovered. And it's stuck around.
It's super cool.
It's super cool. Yeah. Again. Originally from the Large Magellanic Cloud, which can be seen in the southern hemisphere, hanging out with Grus. No, I don't know where it is in relation to Grus. And then became part of our, later migrated into our Milky Way galaxy because we are slowly chomping on the small Magellanic Clouds. And what my favorite term is galactic cannibalism. Okay, let's see if we can get another one in. Here we go. 6 billion tons a second. Rogue planet is found growing at a record rate.
Oh, yeah, fast.
Yes.
Fast.
Okay, so we got this rogue planet. It has no parent star. It's just going through the universe, doing its thing.
Which, by the way, I had to read that a couple of times before I was like, oh shit, this doesn't have a star. It's the rogue planet.
It's rogue.
My brain
on its own.
Kept
It don't need no
star.
It's an independent planet.
Okay.
So this star is still like a planet. I'm sorry. This planet has a disk of material. I know it behaves like a star though. It's very like interesting. It has a disk of material around it, an accretion disk. That material is falling onto the planet, so it's kind of still forming this planet.
Yeah.
So we're building material, and recently it had this enormous growth spurt, if you will. So these observations were made with the European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope, or the VLT, if you will. And so it's eating up the gas and dust from its surroundings at a rate of 6 billion tons a second. And in The Hangover, we will tell you how many Skittles that is.
Oh, shit.
But it's the strongest growth rate ever recorded for any planet, rogue or non-rogue. It has a mass that is 5 to 10 times the mass of Jupiter, and it's located 620 light years away in the constellation of Chameleon, which is also in the southern hemisphere. I mean, ESO's Very Large Telescope is in the southern hemisphere, so that's why you're going to see it. This rogue planet is known as CHA, or CHA, 1107-7626. Doing a little cha-cha out there.
It's 4 times 10 to the 15 Skittles. That's a lot.
That's a lot of Skittles.
Yeah, let's see, what is it, 12?
Per second. This is per second.
Yeah, per second. So
per second.
So million is 6, billions 9, trillions 12. So it's 4,000 trillion Skittles per second.
Taste the rainbow, motherfuckers. Skittles should do that as a commercial. I know, I didn't. That's why I was like, I'm going to give him some time. But hey, you're on it. So what's really like crazy about this is the magnetic activity that is playing a role in driving this like dramatic infall of mass onto the planet is something that has only been observed in stars before. And it hasn't been observed with a planet doing it before. So, I mean, that's really exciting. That's really cool. So, it just goes to show that there's a lot in the universe we don't know about, that we don't understand, and that there are some things we think we understand, but then they do some weird shit that we're like, we don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, wait a minute.
And maybe one day it'll make a little red star. If there's enough material.
If there's enough material, what can happen is that material falls on it, gains mass, and more mass, and more mass, and then maybe it gets enough mass where in its core, it can light a little fire, metaphorically speaking, because there's no actual fire.
There's no fire.
But it begins, all the whatever their hydrogen protons or whatever they're called, they slam into each other and more energetically, and then they go, and then some healing comes out, and you got fusion. And you got fusion, and then you got a star. And when you get nuclear fusion, you get a star.
Yep.
Bada boom, bada bing, star. Anyway. Oh my god. Jack says Wilford Brimley is diabetes breathing at that amount of sugar. Can you imagine? Many Skittles. Although it might be close to how many Skittles they make in a day.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No.
I know it's not.
Something like 200 million.
I know. All right. Do we have any check-in on how close they are?
We do not.
We do not. Okay. All right. We'll see if we can get another one in here. We're just going to keep going until my parents arrive to get Mira. And then we'll take a long break before the hangover. So, follow-up observations by James Webb Space Telescope, confirm that GRB, Gamma Ray Burst, 250702b, is the most energetic cosmic explosion ever recorded. The biggest bada boom ever recorded. This is coming from phys.org. So it's spotted by NASA's Fermi telescope. This was in July of this year, 2025. So gamma ray bursts are the most violent explosions anyway in the universe, typically caused when you have a star that collapses into a black hole, or two compact objects like black holes or neutron stars merge. You get big booms, big bada booms from them.
I'm just winter.
He's just got to reorganize. He's stretching.
Yep.
He's stretching.
Gotta do a little stretch. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's the laziest star in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Not very active. So these GRB events are like super bright. They can even be brighter than entire galaxies.
Mm-hmm.
So like, shield your eyes. Wear some galaxy glasses.
Yeah, wear some sunblock.
Yeah, definitely wear some sunblock.
That's really big SPF.
Like 10 million thousand SPF. So generally though, these GRB, these gamma ray bursts, gamma ray bursts, they last for like, there's a tail. There's a dog dreaming and the tail is whacking. We're like, what does that sound? Usually it can last from like a few milliseconds to several minutes. So we're not talking like a long burst of energy. It's usually pretty fucking quick.
And you just happen to be looking at it.
And you have to happen to be looking at it. Otherwise, it's like you miss it. You know, how much shit is exploding in the universe right now that we're not seeing?
So much stuff.
A lot. But this GRB kept flaring for a full day.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah. A day-long explosion that we were seeing. And it was very distant, given it and the associated energy release was like enough to, and I quote, strain, but not definitely break the canonical GRB collapsar models. So canonical. What'd I say? Canonical?
Something like that. It sounded very like Italian.
Look, it's within the canon, okay, but it's like they're like, oh, this is about to break our models of that we've made of GRB.
But that is a good thing. That is a good thing.
We kind of want models to break.
We want models to break. At least I do.
So, this was either formed by a very unusual form of a collapsing star or a black hole destroying a small star. Now, I guess the surprising finding was that the host galaxy is extremely large and incredibly dusty. Okay. Which may have contributed to the more extreme outburst, because usually GRBs occur in small, young, star-forming galaxies. And these are very distant. So when we say like young galaxies, we're talking like billions of years old still, because they're far away.
Yeah, young and universe age.
Young in universe age. But this one came from, a larger and dustier galaxy. So maybe the more material that was in the galaxy contributed extra to the longer and brighter boom of it. We don't know. More study is needed. But hey, we found a big bada boom in the universe. It's bigger than any bada boom that we found so far.
All the bada booms.
All the bada booms. All the bada booms. All right, well, I got one more article.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. This one's a bummer, though. I didn't want to end on a bummer.
Hold on. No comments from your parents. So.
Well, they're here. They're not here.
Well, it's... I don't remember this headline.
Okay, well, this is kind of a bummer, which is why I was going to end it with the exploding one, because that's fun. But this is a classified network of SpaceX satellites is emitting a mysterious signal. Ooh.
Okay, I see. Yeah, bummer. But...
All right, so this is...
Oh, by the way, because the Large Magellanic Cloud is in the constellation of Mensa and Dorado. And 15 minus 6 is 9, right? So that is 2 billion days to produce all the Skittles to fall into that planet in 1 second. I've been alive for 2 billion days.
Oh my gosh, okay.
But
so this article comes from NPR.org. NPR. Should always be around. Fund NPR. A constellation of classified defense satellites built by SpaceX is emitting a mysterious signal that may violate international standards.
Oh, of course.
Shocking.
Of course.
So basically these satellites are associated with what's called the Starshield satellite network, which is like a secret network that's being used. And what they're doing is that what they've been found to be doing is they're transmitting to Earth's surfaces on radio frequency that are normally designated for the opposite, for Earth to communicate with satellites. So their satellites are communicating to Earth on this frequency, which is a no-no, apparently.
Are we surprised by this?
No. And these standards on how, satellites are supposed to transmit and what frequencies and which way they're supposed to transmit on what frequencies and stuff is set by the International Telecommunication Union, which is a UN agency. And it's designed to coordinate the use of the radio spectrum globally, because you have a lot of telescopes and satellites that use the radio spectrum for science, to study shit. And so the issue is that these unusual transmissions, that they're not being used in the proper way on these frequencies, that it could interfere with other scientific or commercial satellites. So Scott Tilley is an amateur satellite tracker in Canada who first spotted these signals. He did it by accident. He kind of I guess he was resetting shit on his computer and he hit a wrong key and he happened to hit this wave band of radio waves and he got a signal coming from him and he was like, wait a minute, this should be quiet. He shouldn't have been able to see anything on this frequency.
We're about ready to lose
disaster.
Our entire...
Mira, go away. Oh God. Luckily she fits right under the camera cable. So basically he accidentally found that he was seeing signals on this limited bandwidth of radio frequency that was coming to Earth from satellites, and he was like, this should be quiet and this should not be happening. So the issue is that, yes, it could interfere with other satellites. It could cause other satellites not to respond properly or ignore commands. Apparently the U.S. has paid more than $1.8 billion for this network so far, and little is known about it. Yay. But according to SpaceX, who we can trust completely, Starshield conducts both Earth and observation and communications missions. Great. But it's unclear what it's actually really up to. But it's actually using a much lower frequency range than that probably only allows for basically 3G cellular communication. So it's a very... There's Mira! Mira's making an appearance. Oh, you're a sweet girl. Podcast dog. Oh, don't rile her up. This is how we get disasters. Okay. Okay. So basically either it was designed, they chose to use this frequency to hide their operations, or they were just taking advantage of a quiet part of the spectrum that wasn't being utilized. So those are the kind of like the two possibilities. But hey, I mean, it was found out that they're doing shit that they're not supposed to be doing, and so maybe don't fucking do that shit. I don't know.
Let's hope the second of that.
Let's hope the second that they're like, hey, no, this is quiet. Let's use this band, and then like ask forgiveness later, kind of a situation, I guess. But the problem is that like when you have these. Like the international these what are they, the agencies that are like dictating like space rules and all these kind of things, they're not really enforced,
No.
Nothing like how space is used. There's like these treaties, or there's these like rules that are like, oh, space is for everybody, you can't blah blah blah, or like even Antarctica stuff. And we talked about this on another podcast but they're not really enforced. There's no real body that's really like enforcing the use of these things. Like if a corporation goes to the moon and starts mining, who's gonna actually enforce it, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I know.
So probably nothing is gonna really come of this, and SpaceX will continue to use whatever bandwidth they want to fucking use to do whatever shady shit that they're fucking probably doing. Anyway.
Wow. Yeah, no. That was a bummer.
But that's why it wasn't supposed to be
There you go,
last.
I'm gonna need that, by the
Okay,
way.
here you go. It was supposed to be second to last, so we could end on a big boom. A big bada boom. The biggest bada boom.
But your parents hadn't arrived yet.
I know, they haven't arrived, so now I'm like, oh gosh, let's banter for a little bit.
Yeah, well, let's banter.
So that we can then break for a bit, and then we'll start the hangover extra late.
Here's a tie-in to what I thought might have actually would have happened today, but Brandon's not with us.
Yeah, because he's hanging out with Pluto.
Yeah, and hopefully Mallory.
He's checking out Lowell Observatory, which is awesome. If you're ever in Flagstaff, Arizona, check out Lowell Observatory. They got a whole new Discovery Center and shit. I don't know if they have a planetarium there now.
No.
Or if it's a theater.
It's a flat theater.
It's a flat theater, but I mean, they do some really good work up there, even though they will still say that Pluto's a planet, but, let them have it, I guess, because they discovered it up there.
Well,
don't let them have it, but...
No. I mean, we have definitions for a reason.
I know. Watch our last episode, the hangover of our last episode, where we debate Pluto a little bit.
If we want to call it a planet, then we should have that debate.
Yes, okay. But anyway, check out Lowell Observatory because they're awesome. They support science, they support space exploration, and they do a lot of good in the community with science communication. And so they are definitely a science center and observatory in Arizona that we can fully support, unlike some other asshole ones.
Okay, so what I was going to say was we had a couple of, at least one EHT, Event Horizon Telescope story, and I thought we were gonna, if Brandon was gonna be with us, we would have talked about the book. The book club.
Yes, our Cosmos Book Club book is
something. Chasing the Sun was yours.
Chasing the Sun was mine. Yeah, it's about the Event Horizon Telescope. But why can't we remember the name? I'm about halfway through it right now. I still got
Well, then it's a good thing. I've finished it. In fact, I'm halfway through my next
mom
book.
is finding it rather hard to read because it's not exciting. Well, it's basically about, like, the dude who was, like, trying to get the Event Horizon Telescope up and running to study shit. And so it's all about the Event Horizon Telescope and how it came to be. So, yes, it's a little dry because... Einstein's Shadow. Because it's, it's a historical nonfiction or a science nonfiction. I don't know what you want. But it's actually interesting because as reading it, then I'm seeing these news articles come out about what EHT has done. And it almost never came into existence. There was a lot that's gone into it, funding and grants and coordination of telescopes around the world, which these telescopes around the world that are used by other scientists for other purposes, and
we can't get too much into it.
I know, and the telescopes also need to be then like equipped to do what the EHT is doing now. So there's lots of like technical and software upgrades, and it's very interesting to be reading kind of like this journey of it.
We're going to talk about it at some point.
We will, and then see like these news articles come out where it's like what it has discovered, and
I do like the fact that I'm trying to have you not give the.
I'm not giving anything away,
but that we
already know it comes to fruition.
You get to find that astronomers are human.
Yeah, I was really yes.
Don't give away. But
yes.
Astronomers are human.
I didn't know there was so much like contention and shit.
Oh my gosh, you just can't stop.
So Mom, she's driving right now to our house. She's not listening to this, but she'll watch it later, I'm sure. So Mom, stick with the book. I know it's a little dry, and it's, you're not used to reading this kind of thing, and it's not really up your alley.
It's not Brandon Sanderson.
But it's interesting, and it's for what it is. So, I'm finding it interesting, even though it's taking me a bit to read. But it takes me a bit to read anything because I'm not a big reader. As much as I would love to be a big reader, I'm not a big reader.
For mine, I'm debating, should I do like a physics book or should I do...
I think we need something that's like a story. That's something that's like...
And that was the other one that...
something that's not like something you'd read in like a... your professor would assign you.
Oh, no, my professor would not have assigned this. It was, but it's popular science. I'm deciding between, Brief History of Time, Stephen Hawking.
Oh, okay.
Or, like, The Martian.
Oh, The Martian could be fun.
Yeah, because that is a story.
I've seen the movie, I haven't read The Martian.
That is a story. And it's been a minute since I've read it.
And it's been a minute since we talked about, sciencing the shit out of Mars.
Yeah, so I'm kind of leaning towards the...
That would be good, because then we can give a Mars update, too. A little rover update. We haven't done in a while. We haven't done a rover update in a while.
I really want to do the show that I made that we didn't give. That Haiti is more than 5,000 years old.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have to wait till after High in the Sky in November to give that show, because we got to get November back on track with High in the Skies.
Yeah, so, alright, well, for mine, I guess we'll do The Martian, Andy Weir.
Okay, alright.
But you have to finish this book first.
Yes.
You gotta finish Brandon's. And, of course, Brandon would pick a dry book, because what Brandon does. I'm just kidding.
Well, Chasing the Sun wasn't.
I enjoyed it, but, reading books are subjective,
Yeah.
What works for me isn't going to work for anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, I recently read a book where this is like total hangover territory.
Yeah, we're killing time.
I know. But I recently read a book that I got at Powell's in Portland. Definitely recommend Powell's in Portland, or there's one in Beaverton as well.
Show up in a frog suit.
Yeah, go in your frog suits. And it was, I can't, it's called An Accident of Stars. And it's by I think it's a genderqueer author. And
would I like it?
I think you would like it. It's a little like young adultish in a sense.
Well, I enjoy Harry Potter,
but it has very feminist and very it's obviously LGBTQ plus friendly, but it's like this girl, she's high school age, and she
you told me about this.
She ends up going through this portal and ending up in this other kind of dimension sort of thing where things are different, same and different at the same time, different languages, different politics, different everything, and it's kind of like it's a series of books, so there are more to it that continue the story. But there's another lady who she followed into the portal that was also from Earth and had, as a young girl, ended up in this other world and made a life out of this other world, basically. And there's this whole, like, rebellion that's happening, and they helped get somebody in power who then basically betrayed them all and became just this tyrannical person, and they're trying to get him out of power now. And it was very interesting. And at first I was kind of like, oh gosh, this might might be too like young for me. But then as I was reading it, I ended up being really kind of drawn into the world, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I was like, oh, it'd be really fun if there were like other dimensions that you could find a portal to and hop into and see what.
I just like bounce back and forth.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, except in this it takes like some magic, and then that magic is very exhaustive, so it's not as easy as just like getting home and like popping in and out of but it's called An Accident of Stars, so I recommend that book as something fun and fantastical and whimsical for you. All political intrigue, feminism, LGBTQ+, good stuff. Also, I was drawn to it because it was titled An Accident of Stars.
I wonder how many like LGBTQIA plus books are being.
Was I supposed to add the IA?
How many LGBTQ plus books are being like nixed at the publisher level?
Well, hopefully not, because I would think that publishers would have a greater appreciation for the written word and free speech and all that good shit.
And not banning books and ideas. And,
no. It's just those who control textbooks.
Oh no, it's more than that. It's definitely more than that. But I'm reading Hail Mary right now. Andy Weir.
Andy Weir? Okay, so you're on an Andy Weir kick.
Yeah,
Is it about space?
It is, yeah. And so I was like, this has been in my queue for a minute. And so I should probably read this. So I mean, it's a decent book. I'm enjoying it, but I need to get back onto Brandon Sanderson. I don't know. It's the most recent book. It's like The Way of Kings. It's in that trilogy. I mean, in that set of books. But I need to.
Jack just finished Hail.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's I'm only about a quarter way through it, so I'm enjoying it. But I think I need to get back into some fantasy after this, and so
then
that said, it looks like I'm gonna be reading The Martian.
I have a book on my Kindle and waiting for me. I need to focus on getting through the Black Hole one, because the Event Horizon one, because if I get distracted, then that's what happened with An Accident of Stars in our last book club book, Chasing the Sun. Was I started reading this other book and I was like, oh no, I don't want to read this book.
Yeah, right.
But I'm gonna read it's called Clytemnestra, and it's so like kind of this author's take on the story of Clytemnestra from Greek mythology. I read one on kind of a similar style that was on Medusa, which was really, God, I gotta look up the name for maybe The Hangover or for whatever, but it was kind of like the story of Medusa and kind of like giving the humanity to the character, to this figure of Medusa, who's seen as a villain when she's really not a villain at all. And then there was one on in the Odyssey, the witch that is at the island that Odysseus and the crew land on before they go to like the whirlpool. She helps them like with how they can defeat the whirlpool, which might be Clytemnestra. Anyway, oh God, what is her name? Anyway, the book was really good and I really enjoyed it. Anyway,
So Jack says for Hail Mary that it's not a good book before bed book. Yeah, he ended up having to reread sections. I've had that.
Any book I read is a before bed book. That's when I sit down and read, is before bed, because I'm like, I gotta stop looking at like news and I gotta start reading, and it does make me sleepy reading. So, but I have a magazine that my mom bought me, that you bought me because you decided to pay for my mom's stuff that she was getting at the store, which is about cats and cats' behavior. It's a magazine that
I just figured it would be quicker.
Yeah, that just highlights cats. So I need to. Our ring light was just knocked over by some dogs. It just no difference actually in our lighting. So really. Anyway. Okay, I think we should probably break. It might be a long break, or we might come back to The Hangover and then break again once people get here. But we'll break it for now. And Mira
is now part of the podcast.
Has replaced Mike as part of the show. So
she's probably a lot more intellectual than I am.
Okay, she's a good girl. Anyway, all right, we will.
See you in 2 weeks.
No, we'll be right back. For the Hangover.
See you in a little bit.
If you're with the main show, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time where we will be doing a High in the Sky. But you can check out the Hangover that will come out before then. And, of course, if you're with us now, stick around for the Hangover. So we will be right back. Hey, we're back with The Hangover with Cosmos. The main show being High in the Sky for October. And the parents of the pod are here. I thought they were picking up Mira, but they are staying the night.
So we have to rethink dinner.
We have to rethink dinner because I can't drive to get anything.
So your dad's gotta drive us.
Dad's gotta go drive us to maybe pizza would be good if the herb and crust is open.
If they're open.
But anyway.
So we have to figure all that out. But anyway.
Much to Indiana's dismay, because Indiana, our other cat, has been hiding in our bedroom the whole weekend because Mira scared him once, and so he has
And we've been telling Indiana, hey, later today you have the house.
I know, we were like, it's okay, you're gonna be back tonight. Nope, sorry, Indiana. I even moved his litter box and water bowl into our bedroom because he doesn't want to leave it. Although he's gotten a little bit better. I think if Mira was here for a week, he would start to come out more and more. Because this morning, I opened the gate and Mira came into our bedroom and Indiana was out in our bathroom, and then he was like, Mira and him passed by each other, and Mira didn't pay attention to him. So I was like hoping that would be like reinforcing for Indiana that she's okay, but
he's okay. Oh, that
Mira is okay. Ironically, Leia chews on his face, and he has no problem with it. But Mira being excited and running up to him and wanting to smell him apparently is too much.
Well, it's a stranger dog. It's a dog that has so much more energy than Leia, and he just doesn't know how to handle it.
But anyway, hey, hangover time. Which we started covering. We did some hangover in the main show. If you check out the main show of High in the Sky in October, we highlighted Bruce. We had a lot of different fun astronomy stories, and then we started talking a little bit about book club and books and stuff. Apparently, Ron has recommended CwC. Oh, CwC by Madeline Miller. CwC, that's the one I read. CwC, thank you. Yes, it's fantastic. I loved it. I was so drawn in. It was great. So really, I need to read more by Madeline Miller. I love Greek mythology stuff and anything. There's a really good book. I can't remember the author. I have it here. I could go grab it. It's called it's like the true story of the Iliad. How Achilles. Oh God, what's it called? I think I've talked about it before, but it's kind of like it goes through the Iliad, but like kind of with explanations and kind of just context of just cultural things of the time and what different things kind of like mean and everything. And it's really fascinating. It's a really good way to read the Iliad rather than just reading the Iliad. Also by a female author, which is great. So, The War That Killed Achilles.
Oh, okay,
The War That Killed Achilles, like a true story of the Iliad or something like that is what it's called. I highly recommend that book if you're interested in ancient Greek history and whatnot, and mythology and such. So, yes.
Like collectively, we should make a list of like great reads.
As avid reader that I am.
No, you have books that you like.
Yeah.
And so Brandon obviously has like one or two that he likes, and so
Brandon has like a billion.
That was the joke.
Oh, okay.
And so it could be, but then we can also get Jack, he could tell us the books that he's liking to read, like Katie, so we and all that, and so we can make this like good list and kind of expand our horizons a little bit.
Yeah. I just want to highlight my spelling errors in my chat comment that I made. First of all, I said, so get a bit, and I meant bite. But then I didn't notice that I spelled Google wrong. Google.
That's the French version.
Google. My fingers don't type as fast as my brain, so this is where my issues. Hen, eggs, and ham. Hey! Do you have your hen, eggs, and ham a lot, Ron? Because you get fresh eggs. Oh, okay, green eggs and ham. I was like, hen, eggs, and ham. Is this a cookbook on how to use the eggs and ham? I guess eggs can only come from hens. They can't come from roosters because those are boys.
That would be some evolution right there.
Rooster eggs and ham.
There would be some Interesting evolution. All right, so in the notes, you said scary places.
Oh,
in the
yes.
universe. Scariest
So
stuff
I
in the
was like,
universe
you
or
know what?
whatever.
Usually we go in The Hangover and we don't really have an idea of what we're doing in The Hangover unless there is something that prompts us for further discussion in The Hangover. And so I decided to just give us a prompt, which is the scariest. What is this? What do you think is like the scariest thing in the universe, or the spookiest, or what could be scary, or
Supernova remnants.
Supernova remnants. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
because you have all the radiation from the supernova remnant itself, but also you could have a pulsar, which is its whole set of bad times, and a black hole, which is also a whole set of bad times.
Well, why is a pulsar? Because of the radiation that's
From the
coming out of it?
radiation, just a magnetic field. It's just you get too close, it's just gonna strip that water right out of you. Yeah, I mean,
That's a great way to lose some water weight. Am I right?
I mean, it's just going to, like Ron said, it's pretty hardcore. So, I mean, I would say just anywhere where you have an accretion disk or supernova remnant, I think it's just bad news bears.
Yeah.
For anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that's scary. I mean, there are, like the Witch Nebula and things like that are out there, but
Well, I don't know what that was. That was a monkey.
That was a monkey.
That wasn't a witch.
But but I feel like planetary nebulae, they're things of beauty.
So are supernova remnants, though. If you look at the images,
well,
of them.
yeah,
I guess if you're
if
caught
you're
up
really
in any
far,
of that, you're fucked.
But we set a place, and so
Right.
it's the supernova.
What doesn't have to be a place? It could be anything.
Yeah, but from distance, I think supernova remnants are beautiful. But
They're life-giving.
Yeah, I mean they are. Yeah, and so, but it hides the madness, the craziness,
the
brutalness that is within it, and so
the universe is an unfriendly place to begin with for squishy things like us.
What is it we always say? The universe is actively trying to kill you.
Actively trying to kill you. It doesn't mean to. It's not. We personify everything, but it doesn't mean to. It's just there's a lot of harsh things because of physics.
Yeah, and physics versus biology, and it's. So, what is it for you? What is the?
Well, I was initially thinking like. I was shaking too much. My drink was getting a little too wobbly. I was initially thinking something like black holes because black holes are the ultimate. Like you don't know what's in a black hole. It's a single mathematical point with such immense gravity that the light cannot escape, meaning you cannot escape from it, and you aren't even you. You're just ripped apart protons and electrons and quarks and whatever.
Ultimately,
you're ripped apart quarks when you get spaghettified into it, and the spaghettification, which you don't even feel. It's or do you? We don't know because nobody's been close enough to the black hole to find out.
I mean, imagine being on okay, we went to the Tower of London. Wanted to see the rack.
We did. First of all, pretty disappointed in their torture display. They had the rack and this other thing, and that squishes you down. And I was very disappointed because I wanted an Iron Maiden, and I wanted B, more torture devices, and I wanted some examples of those torture devices.
You have just said a lot about yourself with that. But anyway, so
why is this my favorite holiday, Halloween? Huh?
But like with the rack.
Yeah.
You get stretched. Okay, but hold on. To quote Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he said this in a video. I mean, at first you go, "Oh, okay, this feels pretty good."
Oh my god, my
being
back
stretched
would
out.
Love it.
Yeah, but then eventually
your
it
limbs
becomes
are ripping off.
Yeah,
you can only stretch so far. As
you can only stretch so far.
You're only so elastic, which is not very elastic.
Yeah. So, like for me, there's, I don't know how else to say this. The word I'm going to use is not the right word, but it's the only one that comes to mind. There is a romanticism about black holes.
Oh, there's a romanticism about everything.
Right, but black holes are the simplest objects in the universe.
Yes.
you only need a few numbers to describe them, and that is it. Whereas, like with proton, you have a bunch of numbers.
But they're the most brain melting.
But they also are kind of very brain melting in a way.
Because you can't conceive of something being basically, like, you can't conceive of a single mathematical point, for one.
Right,
that
but,
is, like, meaningless to most people.
But also, to be fair, that is where the physics breaks down.
Yes. But you can't, and you can't conceive of just, like, all of this matter being concentrated into this area, and you can't see it, and you don't know, there's no idea what's going on in that region. And all you can see is just the stuff that's swirling around it, basically. That's just circling the drain of the black hole.
Yeah.
So initially I was thinking black holes as being like the scariest, even though they're the most fascinating, and I love the I don't know. I like black holes, but if I think about them too hard, my brain does melt because I don't have the mathematical and physics understanding that I can really process very well. Ron says planets that develop advanced life forms like this one, pretty scary. Yeah, humans suck. Humans are real rough. Maybe why we haven't been actually, aside from like distances in space and like the technologies needed to traverse, the distances in space, visited by alien civilizations, because they're probably better than us. But then again, thinking about other planets that have humans like us on it, or beings that operate in our mental faculties like us, not great. But we're just in the horse and buggy days of our evolution.
So what is scary to you?
So I was thinking about this, and of course, whenever I think about space, one of the first things that comes to my mind is from one of my favorite movie anthologies, which is Aliens. Alien, and then Aliens, the second one, is my favorite movie of all time. And in space, no one can hear you scream, and it is. And recently, I have kind of developed this weird fear that I never really had before about the open ocean.
Okay,
it's fair though. Being out in the open ocean, where, like, if something happens, you drown and die. You're fucked. And so I was kind of, and I don't know, and I'm not like scared of a lot of things. Like, I don't feel like a fear of a lot of things, but recently, like, watching some things that have been out, I've gotten like an anxiety with it that I've never had before. And so just thinking about being in like the actual emptiness of space, because everything is so far apart, right? The distances.
I'm going to add on to this in a sec.
The distances between stuff in space, whether it be stars, planets, etc., is so vast that most of space is nothing.
Right.
You see the things that are very far away from you, whether it's stars, galaxies, etc.
It's empty.
So I think it's just,
empty, but not.
Yeah. So I think it's like that basically being just like stranded in the nothingness that is space.
Yeah.
Like that, I think, is kind of the scariest aspect of it. Not that like anybody that we will have the technology to even experience that or get to that, even though our science fiction has obviously delved into that realm and whatnot, but that kind of concept, is more scary, I think, than being too close to a black hole, and you're like,
right.
oh, I'm being spaghettified. At least that,
At
I'd
least
be like,
black hole's quick.
I would be like, I'm dying by black hole right now. Hell yes. Even, that's second to being like a true crime murder victim.
Right.
Like,
So on Earth, what is my biggest fear?
What is your biggest fear? Camels.
Okay, second to that then, or tied with that.
Being buried alive.
All
I was going to say goats, but I know that's not a fear. They're just creepy.
It's not a fear. It's just the eyes. The eyes are creepy. All right, so there is a period of time in the universe's history between when the universe becomes transparent and the first stars are born. And that period is called the Dark Ages. And so
different than medieval.
Right. But imagine being in that time, it is infinitely black.
Because stars aren't there yet.
The stars are not there yet. You might have like little whispers of light because of clouds out there that have, but that light, if you're too far away from it, it's thin. Your eyes can't pick it up, and so it is infinitely inky blackness, and to
seemingly
me,
nothingness.
Yeah,
the nothing from the never-ending story.
Yeah, it's like, so it's like the ocean where, you know, and it's like there's nothing except it's the water and stuff.
I mean, there's the water and the animals are happy and the
right,
marine animals are happy. But
you know, it is, no, it's the nothingness of space that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And so,
you're welcome. Happy Halloween.
So can you imagine being in that space where you're alive, you know you're alive, but everything is so inky black. Like, you could be right next to me. There's no way I know you're right next to me.
Ooh, yeah.
There could be all kinds of people next to you, and you just don't know.
Right now.
And you feel like, in a way, you've been buried alive because you can't see anything.
Right.
You can't.
You're not gonna run out of oxygen though. But for some reason you have oxygen in this early stage of the
we
universe.
have oxygen. At least, you know.
We're suspending a lot about your existence in this.
There's no bell to ring. So, you know, it is...
For those of you that don't know that reference, early graves, there would be like a bell attached in case somebody was buried alive or they were like a vampire or some shit. And it would ring the bell to signal that somebody was not dead under the ground.
If you're a vampire, would you want to ring that bell, though? Because you know you get a stake in the heart.
No, because you're a vampire, you're fast enough, so you know you got somebody to unbury you. You can come out looking like you're normal and then... You know, get a first meal, and then get some strength to be able to then
go get other meals.
Go get some more meals.
But I think that is scary, like on a psychological level. You know, like the supernova.
Well, that's the open ocean thing now. It's a psychological thing. You know, like just thinking of taking a cruise and something happening in the middle of the open ocean.
Yeah.
It's like I can't. I mean, I can swim, but only for so long. I know that you know. So it's like that's a
So there's like a physical. And then there's like a mental scariest place. And so the physical for me is like maybe a supernova remnant, something like that. But the psychological...
It might help if you have cancer, though, that extreme radiation.
Oh, well, or it might cause cancer. More cancer
it does
for
both.
you.
It does both at the same time.
It cures the one cancer.
And causes
more. So my favorite horror movies are psychological.
Oh, see, and my favorite horror movies are like the gore, campy gore.
I do love a gore.
The gorier, the better. The better.
My favorite scene of a horror movie was Friday the 13th. No, not Friday the 13th. Is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, Freddy Krueger.
Freddy
versus Jason.
No. It was the bed swallowing.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Yes. And this the fountain of blood
that erupts from it. Classic.
I was
beautiful. Because what more safe place do you feel than in your own bed?
Bedroom, yeah. But your bed.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a safe place.
Peacefully sleeping, being able to sleep, relax, whatever, and then all of a sudden your bed eats you. Because you fell asleep and a nightmare pedophile came and decided to murder you.
You know, when I watched Nightmare on Elm Street as a kid, the pedophilia part didn't register.
It's underplayed,
so much
and I
for
think
me.
Once that you watch it, like when you're older as an adult,
it becomes
you
more.
Get it more because I was the same thing. Like I watched it younger.
It's just like knives for fingers.
Yeah, and I think like the story behind it, kind of got lost on me. Then watching it later, I was like, oh, fuck, he's a pedophile.
This is dark shit.
Damn it. Because I was like, I want to be Freddy for Halloween, but I'm like, I can't be Freddy for Halloween because he's a pedophile, and I want to be a pedophile for Halloween. I just...
No.
Not be good,
And the people that, like, do dress, like, in my old age now, it's like, oh, that...
But I gotta say, Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, has always played Freddy Krueger, is chef's kiss to Robert Englund. He's amazing.
I am fortunate enough because I was reminded that I'm old this weekend.
Oh, by Brandon.
No, well, yes, okay. Him too, but also Vinny's.
Our local thrift shop.
I get a certain discount now.
Oh yeah, you get the senior discount because you're over 55.
I made it. I've accomplished something in life.
You did it.
But
I mean, take that discount where you can get it.
I'm lucky enough to where and for me, I don't know if this was before. I think it was. In my head, it is. He was in a show called V. And
Robert Englund?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
he
is an alien.
The
original V.
Wait, these are the lizard people.
These are lizard people.
All right.
This isn't like the 2010 version that came out. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just.
But this is 1980s or whatever.
So it's like, yeah.
And so he played one of the lizard people and one of the lizard aliens. Mm-hmm. And he was a quote-unquote good one or whatever, in that he didn't believe in, hey, we should come over here and eat everybody. What?
My mom got the word one
in two. I expected her to get it in two. I chose wrong. I chose with an S instead of an L. And it was... So I was introduced to him before he became Freddy.
He did that before Freddy.
In my head, he did.
Oh.
And it might not be the case, but maybe I saw V before I saw.
Honestly, I've only known Robert Englund from Freddy Krueger. I'm sure he does other stuff, but he really does seem to enjoy that role, and he definitely knows what is going to make him the money. So he plays into doing that role.
If you had to pick, if you had to pick a horror person, who would you pick? That's not.
A xenomorph?
Not a xenomorph.
Okay. Oh God. Like a classic. To me, like a classic serial killer. Like a classic stabber.
What we would consider to be a monster. A xenomorph is an alien.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi horror, which is a little. So your classic, slasher horror.
Or something that horror that has originated on Earth. Who would you be? Vampires, Swamp Thing, Frankenstein, Freddy Krueger, Jason.
This is a good question.
Michael Myers.
This is hard because Jason and Michael Myers are very similar. One takes place at a lake and one is in a neighborhood. That's basically the difference between Michael Myers and Jason. Jason, mommy issues. Michael Myers, I'm not sure if he had mommy issues. He was just fucked up
speaking
from
of
a child.
mommy issues, like Psycho, so Ed Gein.
Yeah, so we just watched the Monster series on Netflix of Ed Gein.
Well, we saw season 4.
Which I did not realize that Psycho, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the dude in Silence of the Lambs,
all based on Ed Gein.
Based on Ed Gein. I had no idea.
So if you watch it. If you watch it on Netflix, it is, and I told Liz this, I'm like, if you did not realize this was real, this would be an insane, fucked up movie. Because I don't know if this was intentional, and I don't know how to say this, but Ed Gein becomes where you feel for Ed.
Well,
in a way.
It becomes a sympathetic character because it kind of highlights some mental health issues. And so but it's very. I think if you are interested in serial killers, if you like horror and you like gore, and you like that sort of thing, then definitely watch it. I'm excited for their next season is Lizzie Borden, and oh my gosh,
I can't.
As an Elizabeth, I am very excited for it.
Okay, your parents are here.
I'm not gonna kill them with an axe.
We don't have an axe.
I won't kill them with. We don't. Okay. So it's very graphic. A lot of sexual stuff. So just be wary of that. And I'm sure there's a lot of embellishments, and it's Hollywood. So take what you will from the actual truth of the story. But it's very well done. I enjoyed it. And Charlie Hunnam, I don't know his last name, but Sons of Anarchy guy.
He does a phenomenal job.
He does an amazing job. I did not know he had those acting chops, but he does.
Yeah, was he like Sons of Anarchy or something? No, he was in something. But I mean,
and Vikings. No, he wasn't in Vikings.
He had the accent. Not the accent. Anyway, it's the way that Ed Gein spoke.
So that's very well done. I don't know. Okay, so Ron says if he had a choice, I'd probably go with the vampire.
I would go with the vampire.
Cool powers, live a long time, and be very stylish.
If you turn young,
I would like to be a vampire. If that is, so I'm not.
I want to be turned young though.
I would like to be a vampire. Yeah, you don't want to be turned as an 80-year-old.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm sure my parents don't want to be a vampire.
To your ideal look, anyway. But the moon should kill you. Realistically speaking, because it's reflected sunlight, and if sunlight can kill you, then the moon should kill you. So you shouldn't be able to come out when the moon's out at all, which means only new moon days vampires should be able to come out.
But werewolves are full moon.
Werewolves are full moon only.
So who would you be?
That's a good question. Okay, so no, not who would I be. Who am I most scared of is what you initially asked.
No, I asked who would you.
You asked who I would be more scared of.
I thought I asked who you would want to be.
Oh, who would I want to be?
Yeah, because that's why Ron answered it the way that he did.
Oh, well, who would I want to be? Then it'd be a fucking vampire.
Yeah.
Live forever. My history buff in me and being able to
touch things.
To look at how things change throughout time. But then I would want to be a vampire that was formed like thousands of years ago, so I could, because today it's like,
what about a mad scientist? They always tend to be kind of a monster kind of thing.
They don't live forever. They just,
Well, no, but turn
into a bat. Bat! We highly recommend What We Do in the Shadows on this podcast.
That is a reference for that if you don't get it. Bat!
With my bat shirt. Otherwise, I guess I would be, here's the problem, is that the most of the horror heroes.
Okay, I got you. Horror heroes.
The horror heroes are not women. They're men with a vengeance or some other psychological issue. You got your, most vampires, except for, most vampires, most serial killers, there are some women, but they're not usually highlighted in modern media of things.
Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster and the Bride of Frankenstein.
We don't have time to pull that costume together.
No, I'm not saying that's who we should be as monsters.
I would want to be somebody that really does a gory brute. So I guess, no, I wouldn't want to be Ed Gein because I don't want to do with the necrophilia and stuff. But the anything that's like a bloody massacre. And I don't want to be a cannibal either. As much as I like meat, I'm not into that kind of meat.
All right, so we're ruling out zombies.
But I will caveat. Okay, if a zombie apocalypse happens, okay, if there are zombies, and I said this when we were watching The Walking Dead at The Walking Dead's height, that if I get bit, leave me be. I'm totally fine roaming around, just trying to bite people.
Yeah.
And eating them. Like, I'm like, leave me as a zombie. I'm cool. But we did watch, what did we watch? 28 Years Later. We watched 28 Years Later, which...
Okay, but it's not zombie-ish.
It's zombies, but it's a virus movie. It's infected, but it's a zombie adjacent.
Fast zombies, slow zombies.
I like a slow zombie.
Yeah.
I prefer a slow
shuffle.
zombie.
It's scarier.
The slow zombie, even though you somehow can still not get away from it, is better.
That is what's so scary about it.
Although a fast zombie is pretty terrifying.
No, yeah, but the
I like
idea
that
you cannot escape a slow zombie.
I prefer a slow zombie, but I would leave me as a zombie. I'm not gonna kill myself beforehand if I get bit. I don't want you to kill me beforehand before I turn. Let me turn into a zombie. I would want to be a zombie. Just like in death, when I die, I know it's not going to happen, but I would like to be mummified. I don't know.
Oh.
I like the idea of archaeologists.
Should you go before me? Mummy.
I like thank you. I like the idea of archaeologists finding me 1,000 years from the future and being like, we have a mummy from the year 20 whatever I die in.
Okay, but how are we going to work this?
I get to be in a museum as a mummy.
So that like I am.
Ron agrees. Slow zombie mod, inescapable, terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Slow zombies, man.
Like when I pop off, if you pop first,
okay,
and I pop off,
yeah,
then, and I mummify you,
okay.
Your parents.
You got to do it the right way, though. You got to pull the brain out the nose. You got to Egyptian it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's cultural appropriation, technically, at this point. 5,000 years later.
Your parents are listening to this right now.
It's
going,
fine.
What the hell
we'll
is happening?
Talk about it later.
And so, who's going to burn me up and put me?
Your children. Susanna, it's on you to burn your dad.
She's not watching this.
She's not, but she might watch it later. But
somebody's got to put it in your hands. On you.
Whatever. You know,
because
it's one of those, well, you have the, God, what are they called where the organs are in? The urns that the organs are in.
Little jars?
Yeah, the jars. Canopic. The canopic jars of, you'll just be a canopic jar of your ashes.
Yeah, right?
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Katie, you got to help us out if Suzanne doesn't do it.
Katie should outlive both of us, ideally, because she's younger. So it's all in Katie and Adam's hands.
No, yeah. So
I mean, if you can prop me up as a zombie, though, somewhere, as like a Halloween decoration to bring me out every year, that'd be fantastic.
Okay. All right. So
not
that
as
means
a zombie, as a mummy.
Okay.
Fantastic.
As a backup plan, though. Yeah. I need to tell Katie what my plans are for
the puppetry.
Yeah. So we need to, at least as a backup plan, Katie and Adam have that.
Yes, Mike would like at his funeral to be basically take his dead body and then have it pop out of the casket and then turn his head like he's a puppet, basically, and
then say something.
And then there'll be a recorded thing that he'll say, and that'll be the fun of his funeral.
Because I want all the kids in therapy. Yeah. The therapy that I never took as a kid, but that they should take as a kid.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I just want to be like an archaeological find. That's really my goal, is an archaeological find, like thousands of years from my death, even though it's pointless now because of social media and all this where everything is online. They can just find me. They'll like, oh, we found this random podcast that nobody listened to, and here she is.
Oh, yeah, all our recordings. All 140 episodes, this is the 140th episode.
So it's not as exciting as it was, 5,000 years ago, finding a mummy from before technology, the technologies we know it, but I don't know. I think that's the history buff of me wanting to be an archaeological find, and
to be honest, it's fair.
Oh, look.
All right, so you would want to be, if you could not survive it, you would want to be a mummy so you could be found. And then,
and
if
like
you
slightly
could survive
preserved
it,
as whatever
put some skin falling off.
Yeah, a little. You can see some definition rather than just being bones. But if I am just bones, I'm fine with that.
Right, and but if you could live it, vampire.
I mean, vampire's the ultimate because you're living forever.
Good looking vampire.
Yeah, not an 80-year-old vampire. So if you're a vampire out there and you come bite me, do it within the next 10 years. Otherwise, what's the point?
Oh, I'm past that time then.
Okay, within the next 20 years. Otherwise, what's the point? You live forever. You just gotta avoid sunlight, which is fine. I like it dark anyway. God. You can't see the stars during the daytime.
Oh shit! Maybe I'm a vampire because I have always liked nighttime as opposed to daytime.
No, that just means you're more you're vampire.
Adjacent,
a proto vampire. Like you're more suited to becoming a vampire. But yeah, vampire would be, if I could become one, it would be a vampire because then I'm. Yeah, but here's the problem with vampires though that I don't like is that you gotta talk to people. You gotta talk to strangers.
Oh, but
you gotta
But can't you mesmerize them?
But you gotta be personable though, still, and.
But you can mesmerize them, right?
Yeah, but you still have to interact with other people in order to drink their blood and
right.
kill them, and then you gotta if you like them enough, you can turn them, and then it's oh gosh, I don't want this responsibility of then having these children vampires that I'm responsible for that are alive only if I stay alive.
But maybe we could be what we do in Shadow vampires because they're funny.
Well, they're fun. Yes, they're fun. They're fun. Sure. I'll be Nadia and you'll be Laszlo and it'll be fun. But yeah, so vampire ultimately is what I would like to be if I had to be a creature of horror. Although we could start a vampire union.
Oh yeah. All right. So me, you, and Ron at least.
Yeah.
I would love to know. I don't know if Katie's still listening. I would love to know what Katie would want to be.
But I have said, though, that I would be fine with being a victim of, some mystery true crime murder. You'll obviously be prime suspect number one.
Thanks.
But I will say now, on recording, if I die mysteriously, it is most likely not because of Mike. He most likely, I can't say definitively, I don't know. Most likely, 99.9%.
I can say
Mike did not murder me.
Definitively, it will not be me.
Okay.
It will not be me.
So, but to be ooh, and then there's docu-series and stuff, and it's oh, and if it's a hardcore serial killer that gets me, all right.
All right, so
okay.
So you'd be fine being a docu-series.
If I was a victim of Ed Gein, awesome, cool.
I would have never met you.
Well, okay, but I'm saying a more modern Ed Gein.
Okay.
I become a lamp? Oh my god. Awesome.
I'm really interested in,
I mean, I don't want to be a lamp, but if I become a lamp...
So, the whole Ed Gein story...
Yeah.
The Netflix story, the girl, his... Adeline, yeah. What is her story? I need to look more into her story. I need to look. I need to read more into it.
Because the version, I think, in the Netflix version was definitely fictional or not accurate.
She was a real person.
She was a person, but take that. Oh, what it was. But I like this idea of let's go back to the vampire union.
Yeah.
What are the rules? We don't outnumber the population of humans on the earth, so is there a limit to how many bodies we do?
But is the goal to outnumber them, or as in what we do in the shadows?
Can we
control them?
Can we get to a position of power? Prime Minister, President, King, Queen, etc. I'm just saying, vampire world. Mm-hmm. But if there's a vampire world, then you have nothing to feed on unless you have then basically cows, and that's not fun. I mean, I think that the idea of something like a Jack the Ripper is fun, not for the victims. Let me be clear.
Right.
But
So
it's fascinating.
So I wonder if this is the same zombies and vampires. Okay, so when Walking Dead was no, okay, all right,
in the same universe, because zombies are dead and vampires are dead, so they're not going to go after each other.
You have to let me finish.
Okay, I will, but I'm just saying.
No,
they're mutually exclusive.
Yeah, it'd be a great show,
vampires
versus
and
zombies.
Well, they can't be versus
because it is tainted blood. But anyway, so zombies. All right, so Walking Dead.
Okay.
At its height.
Yeah.
A scientist, physicist, sociologist, somebody good with numbers, said, okay, if the zombie apocalypse happened and the Walking Dead universe was real, in about 30 to 45 days...
Keep funding the CDC. How about we do that?
Yeah, in about 30 to 45 days, everybody's a zombie. It was a very short timeline.
45 days?
Yeah.
45 days? Everybody's a zombie?
Yeah, because these guys are just like shuffling.
What if you live on Epstein's Island?
Oh God! Of all the islands to pick, really?
People are going to Hawaii daily, so Hawaii is out of question. They're obviously going to be. There's definitely white people zombies that are getting them. So Tylenol causes zombieism. Not acetaminophen, just Tylenol.
Just Tylenol. So, yeah, he figured like
45 days.
Yeah, he had worked out some sort of like, I don't know. It just said 45 days.
Okay.
It's like 30 to 45 days.
Look, don't fact check us. We're just spitballing random shit.
Well, no, he's spitballing random shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he makes assumptions as to bite rates and things like that, and
bite rates.
It also is if you're a zombie, biting the person and just biting them, or you eat them like in Walking Dead is a barbecue meal.
Yeah. Because there has to be something that comes back.
So 30, 45 days is it's done.
So the zombies.
In the world of vampires, is it the same thing?
Oh, well, I would think but the vampires are more cognizant. They're more aware of their faculties. They're not more mindless about feeding, and so there would be a more of a agricultural situation where we have cattle and chicken and things that we are for our food purposes. It would be the same thing, or just we would keep designated humans that we would breed and continue so that we would have things to feed off of. And there would be things like, it would be like, your one would be blood and different versions of blood and whose blood and the type of blood, there's various types of blood. Do they taste different? Do they have,
that's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's like which type of blood is more expensive, and so it would be zombies are more of it's that lizard brain, that instinct of a primal animalistic, we need to feed, we're just going after whatever, versus vampires, which are a sophisticated intellectual, more developed brain function, or the brain function stays to then enable this.
And I'm gonna bet that like
vampires are more sophisticated than zombies. Let's just say they're the echelon of monster class, whereas you have zombies kind of down low. Maybe you have something in between. We haven't touched on witches.
Oh shit, witches and wizards. Do we put them in the same?
Well, they would be warlocks.
Okay, hold on. Okay, all right. So Harry Potter, witches and wizards.
Okay, well, look, let's. I guess we shouldn't say that because there are witches. I mean, I say there are witches. But...
what I'm saying is because to me, like Gandalf is different from a wizard from Harry Potter. That's the only reason why I say that.
Gandalf and Dumbledore are pretty similar, except one has hobbits in Middle Earth and one has children in Hogwarts.
And I choose hobbits every single time.
Yeah, I'm just saying that there's that. Then if we're including something like witches, then that includes I guess there has to be a magical realm with vampires, or there's something, whatever, that's not a biological condition that creates the output, a biological virus or what have you that causes a zombie versus a biological output that causes a vampire.
Right.
Whereas witches is then you're inviting sort of a realm of magic that current science and physics doesn't encapsulate. And so I think that maybe bringing up witches is not unfair because you can have your good witches, bad witches, in between witches, and witches are just humanity but with like magical powers that can do extra shit.
Yeah.
So that was my fault. I shouldn't have brought up witches. I'm sorry, witches.
No,
I'm sorry to all those who practice. To those who practice Wicca. Point of order. Original question was about monsters. Witches are not monsters.
No, but they could be.
Well, could be, but
Voldemort,
they're not. They're
Voldemort
not.
was a monster.
Well, he was just a bad dude. He was just a bad dude. He was like any other bad dude that has existed that wants to take over and eradicate. He was the Hitler of.
Oh yes, he was. Yes,
right?
He was.
No
yes,
muggles.
Yeah.
It was all about pure bloods. So Voldemort was Hitler of the witch world, the wizarding world.
I mean, I think this has been
okay.
a
So
really
monsters.
Good,
yeah, vampires. I think vampires are the most appealing because it's like you.
Okay.
I think
have
it's
answered the question, maybe. I don't. You've said so much.
Yes,
I don't even know.
Okay, vampires are the easiest because it still encapsulates a sense of humanity. You live longer and have to just drink blood of humans,
right,
to stay alive.
Do you think vampires are like fuck capitalism? Because like, or maybe okay, so
they would refine it.
Yeah, because here's my thought. Because if I'm a vampire,
yeah,
and I turn somebody, they're now competition.
No, by vampire rules, they are your underling. So they belong to you basically, and they follow your will.
But if we have one, like if there's a dude,
there's plenty of necks to go around. Plenty of necks.
If you only have 30 days,
you can share.
If you only have 30 days,
30 days for what?
Before you turn everybody on the zombie model.
That's zombies,
right?
Not vampires.
But my question then was like, does that apply to vampires?
No, because my point is the vampires retain their cognitive functions. So yeah, landlords are vampires. They're going to play the market long term. You're going to have your first set of vampires that are going to establish the rules and the conduct and how to keep a subset of humanity for feeding versus domination of the rest of the world.
We should write a book, Vampires and Capitalism.
Oh my gosh.
Written from a non-economics point of view.
All we have to do is just imagine all the rich people that control most of the wealth as vampires, and then we have our...
Well, as Ron says, and I'm paraphrasing here, all landlords are vampires. I'm paraphrasing because he did not say that.
They suck the money out of everybody.
They do, and then
they do have to,
fuckers.
Provide for repairs and all that shit. But which as a homeowner, we have to pay for all the repairs and new refrigerators ourselves.
I think
this
has been a really cool.
This drifted further from scary shit in space
than you had anticipated.
than I anticipated.
But so Halloween is our favorite, or one of our favorites. I think we do.
Is it your favorite, or are you just doing that because of me? Because it's my favorite.
No, it's actually my favorite.
It is your favorite? Well, you're not a religious... Christmas I love because of the family and the celebration. Capitalism... Ron says in chat, which you can see on the screen, capitalism is vampiric in nature. It is, because it's basically like it's all about money and taking as much money as you can from others.
So, I don't know...
Draining the money, aka blood.
I don't know if people know this, but, and I'm coming out of the closet with this. I'm atheist. Yeah, right? When I was 10, big fucking year for me. When I was 10, I had 2 realizations. But anyway, so, so Christmas has always been about
It's a family.
The family and the friends.
And giving to the family. It has nothing to... For us, Christmas... And
it's
I
all
can
about
say that
that
as an atheist who's not raised in any religious denomination, even though I know that my dad was brought up Catholic, and apparently my mom was supposed to be
Catholic.
Presbyterian, but I don't know. With no formal religious upbringing, it was kind of like, oh, choose what you want. And so I chose atheism.
No, you don't choose it.
Well, it made more sense to me.
It
chose me. I had that whole oh God is watching in high school or something, but it never really, a religion particularly never stuck to me as making any sense. And so Christmas, even though it's supposed to be a Christian holiday, even though that Christian holiday is documented, and it's documented to be stolen from a bunch of different holidays around, from a bunch of different cultures, from a bunch of different time periods. It is a favorite holiday, not my most. Halloween is my most because I'm morbid. But it's a favorite because of the time I've spent with family. I like to get gifts for people, and
You also like to receive gifts.
I like to receive gifts.
I like to receive gifts too.
I do like to get gifts for people more because I just like to see, I like people to feel appreciated, and I like to see the reaction on people's faces when they get whatever I give them, which is, I guess, self-serving in nature in that aspect as I say it out loud. But there's no religious aspect to it. It's more of just a celebration of family and love and appreciating those around you.
Right. So, but to answer your question,
which is more important than the religious aspect of it, in my opinion.
But no, to answer your question that you actually asked me, no, I don't just say it. I do like it. I do love Halloween. There is the whole, you get to dress up into different things and pretend to be,
and you get candy,
something that you're not.
You get to get candy, even if you're not trick-or-treating anymore. But you can buy candy and have an excuse to eat the candy because you can say it's for trick-or-treaters, even if you don't have trick-or-treaters. You can be like, whatever.
But even if we don't eat candy,
which me.
I really want candy. I think it's the whole. It's fun to just dress up and be something that you're not.
That you're not.
Yeah.
Embrace your fears also.
But embrace your fears, or for example, maybe in some cases embrace a character in whatever universe that you really admire or enjoy or whatever. For example, I dressed up as Gandalf. And I'm seriously thinking of considering.
There's a staff right here.
I am. It's over there somewhere.
I got it right here.
Yeah. I am considering dressing up as Gandalf for a
webinar.
A webinar that we have in December. And just not tell anybody, and just be Gandalf.
You should. We got the beard and whatever somewhere. Okay. Going back to your initial question, which I thought was I don't even remember. A serial killer that would be the most terrifying, like a Jason or a Freddy or a Michael Myers or what have you.
I never asked that, but okay.
Well, it was. Well, I thought you asked that.
Okay. All right. So your favorite serial killer. That what you want to be?
So here's my opinion: is Freddy Krueger
pedophile?
Okay. Well, no. Pedophile excluded. Let's just ignore the pedophile part. He is more fun. He's fun. He's having fun with it. He's cheesy. He's got jokes. It's like a laugh, right? But your Jasons and your Michaels, they're way more serious. They got the mask. They got the mask on. You don't know if they're smiling, and they walk slow and carry a big knife. Right?
And like zombies, they catch you. Generally, unless you're Jamie Lee Curtis.
How fast you run, you always trip. And they get you. So thinking of just horror movie genres in that sense of the classic slasher, I would have to say that Michael Myers is the one that sticks the most because, for Jason, you gotta be at Camp Crystal Lake. Don't go to Camp Crystal Lake. You're fucking fine. You don't have to deal with it. If you go to Camp Crystal Lake, you're fucked. Especially if you have sex. But you're fucked if you go to Camp Crystal Lake. Michael Myers, though, however, whatever neighborhood that is in, you're fucked.
Yeah, so it's Lake neighborhood, the same thing.
Yeah, but still, it's a suburban setting. Any suburban setting can work for a Michael Myers situation. So that is a little bit more creepy than if you have decided to just let's bust in on this closed camp.
Okay. All right. So the don't have sex part. So
classic trope. Classic trope.
But is that Hollywood, which they say is very left leaning, which they are.
Yes, but
is
it's a
telling you
trope.
to do a very conservative thing, which is not to have sex, because if you do, you get murdered.
The final girl does not.
It's the final girl. But also, if you look at things like Pretty in Pink and those kind of movies, like who is it that is Molly Ringwald? That's who. Yeah. And it is the
whatever she said sex. We don't.
But she's seen as like the virgin kind of.
Well, she's the cheerleader, popular girl.
Right. So. I don't know.
Out of between Ali Sheedy and Molly Ringwald, Ali Sheedy is the most percentage points to not have had sex than Molly Ringwald, who is a cheerleader, popular girl who has definitely slept with
in the Breakfast Club.
Yes, who has definitely slept with half the football team, whereas Molly Ringwald,
Ali Sheedy,
who is fucking sniffing pixie sticks with her Captain Crunch, is definitely not.
We are doing so much in this hangover, but Molly Ringwald is seen as a cheerleader.
She can put her lipstick on from her boobs.
You're right, but that is not seen as some sort of like indication as who she is, because you look at Ali Sheedy and it's like she's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I identify with Ali Sheedy.
Oh. I think we all identify with Ali Sheedy.
I love Ali Sheedy.
I was never a cheerleader.
I love Molly Ringwald, but I love Ali Sheedy.
I was never a cheerleader, so I can't identify with Molly Ringwald.
But anyway, monsters. These are not monsters.
I also can't identify with Emilio Estevez going like this. With his little in his like hoodie, he like follows the thing. I mean, I played football, but Jesus, I wasn't.
Look, not all football players are assholes, and not all nerds are. No. Not
all nerds are nerds.
They are.
I don't know what you're gonna say with.
Not all Judd's character is.
The punk, the rebel.
The rebel. Not all rebels are bad guys.
No, and and they touched on that as to why he is the way he is.
Why did we go from horror movies to the Breakfast Club? Why is this? This is a symbol. Anyway. This symbolizes our combined generations of an elder millennial and a Gen X right here. An elder millennial honorary Gen X.
I mean, I'll just say the Breakfast Club spoke to me. I mean, that was high school.
Okay, so but I would like to.
We gotta wrap this up. We gotta see.
We do. We gotta get out of here. But I would like to just highlight the movie Sleepaway Camp. It is a horror slasher movie, very cheesy. Oh God, beautifully cheesy of a horror movie, classic 80s.
We saw that together, didn't we?
Yes, because I made you watch it.
No, you didn't make me watch it. I'm always happy to watch it.
The murderer is a female camp counselor, and gruesome murders at a camp, summer camp, sleepaway camp. Sleepaway camp is what it's called.
Okay, continue.
Beautiful, campy, cheesy gore, and I love it. And it's fantastic. So I would recommend Sleepaway Camp as, if you've never seen it, as a movie to watch this Halloween because of its just classic horror camp.
All right, and with that,
and with the killer being a woman who is not using poison.
Oh God! Thank goodness. All right. With all that said, we're gonna come back in November. There will be a time change.
Wait, hold on.
Yes, look it up.
Hold on.
Look it up.
When is our next episode?
All right, it's like November 2nd, right?
No. Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay. Yeah, November 2nd.
So, please remember, if you're not in Arizona, parts of Indiana, or Hawaii, no, if you are in Indiana,
our show's at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, so if you are in parts of Indiana, in Arizona, or in Hawaii, time will change on you.
Ron wants those vampires to call them.
Right?
Look, we can make the best fucking vampire cabal.
Oh, we
ever.
could. We could.
You, me, Ron. I can think of some other people.
We could get Brandon in.
Brandon. Oh, Brandon would be a great vampire.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, join us in a couple weeks where we talk about
High in the Sky for November, so we can get back on track, and then we can do an episode of Substance.
Which I really want to do the Earth
We're
is not 5,000
yes,
years
okay,
old.
so mid-November.
It doesn't have to be then.
Mid-November, expect November 16th. No, expect an episode on the Earth is not 1,000 years
5,000 years
5,000 years old.
So I really hope, in all honesty, everybody has a great Halloween. Mm-hmm. It is our favorite holiday. We already got it all set up outside, but just be yourself and
no, don't be yourself on Halloween.
No,
that's the whole point.
Well, okay, yeah.
Be your most ghouls-some self, but in a safe and respective manner.
Right. And also, please resist. Please remember...
Can I do this? I'm not allowed to do this.
No. I don't know, because this is resist.
This is like a...
But somebody has co-opted.
Oh, okay. Well,
please remember...
Look, here's what I implore to everybody out there. Read the Declaration of Independence. If you're in America, because other countries aren't having... Well, some other countries aren't having to deal with this. Read the Constitution. Read it. Actually read it to know what the powers are for the specific offices of power and the separation of powers. Read the Constitution, read the Declaration of Independence, and
right. Yeah, please
imbibe
do.
that.
But also just to borrow Will Wheaton's phrase, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Frog it out.
And also Aaron Steiner. That's for some of us here, but don't be a dick.
Long live the frog.
Yes, and protest. Remember that your neighbor might be a marginalized community, a member of a marginalized community, and they need your support more now than ever. And fucking resist. Beat a goddamn frog.
We're all humans until we become vampires or zombies.
Which we're already working out with Ron
vampires
to become the Vampire Club. Awesome.
Or zombies unite. Either one. Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
We'll see you in 2 weeks for High in the Sky in November for 2025.
Resist.
See you next time. Peace out.
Cheers. Resist.
Bye, thanks for joining us. And we are out.
Cheers. All right. Off. All right.